Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is time for another party chat. We got the whole crew back today. So what's up, guys? How you doing tonight?
Oh, just feeling super gay and stuff. No, I'm kidding. I just
Just
got
a normal Tuesday night. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I was at the YMCA and I was wearing my assless chaps.
Yeah.
I sent Neo a picture, and
You must have got the wrong number because I didn't get one.
It was your night to play the biker because last week you were the Native American.
No, the police officer the week before.
Oh,
But yes, tonight the biker. I do like leather. It's
I understand now why you have a obsession with Judas Priest. It's all kind of making sense.
Neo's like, what is happening right now?
Already off to a great start. What's up, Carl? Good to have you back, buddy.
Yes. To all my haters, I am back.
Hope you had a good time on your vacation. I saw you put out a video that was oddly mirrored from all your pickups, but looked like you got some good stuff.
Was that video also mirrored? I don't know what's going on, man.
The video was mirrored, yep.
There's been a lot of issues where it's fine on my screen and then all of a sudden it's mirrored. I don't know what's going on anymore. I've given up on life.
But good to have you guys back. And tonight we have a first-time guest to Party Chat, but he's been on open mic before, and I was introduced to him because of Carl. That is the awesome sophomore John, who is from my stomping grounds. We grew up here in the same area, although he's not here anymore. But good to have you, John. How's it going?
Thanks for having me. It's doing a little tired, but other than that, not too bad. I'm glad to be here.
Glad you could make it, and we'll see if you have any little interruptions in the background.
It's possible. I do apologize ahead of time for my two little ones, but it's close to bed. But so far so good. So let's hope it stays that way.
No worries, but glad you could make it and join us for another episode of Party Chat. So, but yeah, I have our Party Chat intro, and I uploaded it to Restream, but it didn't actually upload. So unfortunately, we didn't have it for this one. So we'll have it for next episode. So with that, we'll go ahead and start off with, before we get into our usual topics, go around the horn here and ask everyone what they've been playing lately. So we'll start off with you, John. Have you been playing anything lately? If so, what?
Yeah, I've been playing Borderlands 4 because
okay.
I thoroughly enjoy the series, even when it sucks sometimes. But so I've been playing that. For some really odd reason, I've been playing EAFC 24. I don't know why I hate soccer, but sometimes I just get this itch. I need to play a sports game.
That is odd.
And so I'll cycle through basketball, baseball, hockey, and then every few years I'll throw soccer in the mix just because. Why not? Well, my oldest daughter does actually kind of like soccer, and I don't understand the game at all. So I thought, maybe this will help, and it really hasn't. But
I like soccer, but I would have zero desire to play a soccer game or really any traditional sports game for that matter.
Yeah. I don't know why I enjoy them, but I think they're for me. It's kind of like certain games, like was it Warriors Abyss that just came out, where it's like a roguelite. And or a Dynasty Warriors game where you can not really pay attention to anything.
Turn your brain off type of game.
Right. And that's when I'm usually catching up on shows.
Oh, as Carl calls them, podcast games.
Yeah, podcast games. There you go. Or movies or documentaries or stuff like that. Okay. It's okay, kiddo.
Yeah, I only ever played Borderlands 1 and 2, but I did just recently start Borderlands 1. Playing through with my top 5 co-hosts. We were doing it just about an hour ago, so we're making our way through the whole series, and we're just in 1 right now. But he's playing 4, so he's playing as the Siren. What character are you playing as?
In Borderlands 4, I'm playing as the soldier character.
Okay.
Yeah, Rava, I think his name. I can't remember. I don't have time to pay attention.
I don't know any of their names yet, but
yeah.
Jason informed me of the classes in this one. He's having a lot of fun with it as well.
It's different. I like it. it's the thing with like so Borderlands 3 was I don't know, I think it was a very solid game, except the story sucked. It was just a terrible story. So I got used to playing that game on mute. And so I kind of just went into Borderlands 4 and I said I hit mute and put something else on. But I actually didn't like first person shooters until I played the first Borderlands.
Interesting. Okay.
It was the game that got me.
That was your gateway drug to the FPS genre.
Yeah, because I grew up playing like RPGs and like Diablo 1. And so, because it was the only computer game that I could run on my computer, that and Age of Empires. So it had these, great elements and that I liked, and it was that nice mix. And so yeah, I that's what got me dabbling into the first person shooters. So
okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. If you like RPGs, it's that first person shooter RPG mashup.
yeah,
Nice.
so
All right, well, good stuff. Carl, what about you? What have you been playing?
Just kind of been playing a little bit of everything, to be honest with you.
I'm kind of doing the same.
It's more so like I got back from vacation. I kind of beat all the Gears games, and now I'm kind of just like been in a malaise where it's like I don't know really what I want to play.
Choice paralysis.
I wouldn't say choice paralysis. It's more like coming home from work and I'm just tired. And it's just like more like apathetic, I guess the correct term would be.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like nothing's really like jumping out at you. It's like, that doesn't, it's like, I want to play that, but it doesn't really sound all that enticing right now, sort of thing.
Yeah, basically. It's like I get home and I'm sitting on the couch and I'm just like flipping through my Xbox, flipping through my Switch. First world problems. Just like the best way to say it. It's just like, I got all this choice and nothing's just like getting me. It's like when you go to your fridge, you open your fridge like 7 times in a day. You're like, what do I do? I'm just here like looking to see if something magically spawns. Let's get my interest.
Like no one's gone to the store, but maybe something appeared in the fridge magically.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. It's like this isn't like don't take it as a flex, but it's like I have literally thousands of games. Like I should be able to find something, and it just feels like I don't know what I want to play. I want to beat all these games. And then I'll start playing them and I just fall asleep, or I'll be like listening to a podcast and I'd rather just listen to the podcast while I'm playing the game too, because it's also Sumo's started up too.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that recently.
Yeah, so I've also been listening to the Sumo tournaments and I'm kind of like getting a little distracted. My wife started a new shift, but besides that, that's neither here nor there. Like I'm just gabbing on like a hen. But I would say I'm looking forward to trying to play the original Assassin's Creed. I got that loaded up, so that's going to be my next playthrough, I think.
Interesting. After doing Origins and then going back to the original.
Well, I started not Valhalla,
Odyssey,
and I played that before I went on vacation, and I just kind of want to go through and play all the older Assassin's Creed 2, especially with the news about Black Flag's remake possibly.
Oh, I saw that literally like 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's something I also started as well. Like I literally got to the opening cutscene before I went on vacation. So, it's probably going to be one of those, or probably some Switch games. I don't know, but yeah, I just played the Gears games. That's all I've been playing.
Okay. Yeah, when I had that, I had that probably a couple weeks ago at the beginning of the month. I was like, what am I going to play next? And so I went through and looked through. I made kind of a list of like 4 or 5 games. Like, I want to play all of these. And then I threw it to the Discord bot and I said, hey, pick one of these 5 for me. And it's like, here you go. I'm like, all right, well, I'm playing that one next. So that's kind of what I do when I was like, I don't really exactly know which one I want to play. I'll pick out a few and then let Discord decide for me.
Yeah, Microsoft has that kind of built in with the Xbox with the surprise me.
That is true.
And every time I go like, no.
Yeah, if I wanted to do it for my entire library, for when I was doing this a couple weeks ago, it was for what's the next Metroidvania I'm going to play. So I had to pick out, curate the list essentially, because I'm trying to do at least one Metroidvania a month. And I was like, what am I going to do next? And there's a few that I want to play. So I was like, let it decide for me. So, but all right. Well, Ryan, how are you doing? What have you been playing lately? I was
Ace
going to
Combat
say
7.
anything besides Ace Combat 7.
No, I did test out the thing
Oh.
remastered, so I would like to actually have that coming down the pipeline. It's just life is going to be very busy going into the future, so I'm going to try to figure out when to squeeze it in. But Ace Combat 7, I think I'm on maybe the last mission. Because it says what the hell is it called? It's mission number 16, but anyway, it's been a long road and it's episode number 13 and I finally got through the canyon. I would say it's a Top Gun Maverick style canyon, but it's
Okay.
narrower than that. And I finally got through it. I tried to play it last week, but with all the family stuff going on, I played for like an hour and I got like really irritated and I was like, I'm done. So like everybody on stream, anybody who watched the replay, they're probably like going, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Like it was just I tried some escapism and it pissed me off. But yeah, no, so I've been playing that and it's called Last Hope. That's what it's called. And I'm like, that's got to be the last
Do
mission.
you want spoiler?
So-
Not story spoilers, but like just how many missions there are spoilers? Do you care or not? So
how many?
I've got the
Yeah.
achievements for the Xbox version pulled up. There's an achievement for each mission, and the last mission that has an achievement is mission 20. And then there's an achievement for completing campaign mode. So
Okay.
there could be a 21st level, and you get the last achievement after completing level 21. But it looks like there's about 20.
Okay. Then I have technically about 4 missions left. So, and I've done pretty much all of them with the
F-14.
with the F-14A, from Top Gun Maverick, that version. So it was pretty awesome. What's really irritating though, it seems like every time you actually get really far in the mission and then you die and you have to go to the last checkpoint, it makes the game harder because like the very first once I got through the canyon, got through that was fine. But then the next mission, like I was using so a Sparrow is a medium long range missile. Like you should probably actually know if you know what that is, because the Name 9 Sidewinder is literally something that curves really quickly. But anyway, I had like probably a 60% shot ratio with those because they're longer range, and I hit and destroy them every time. The second time when I died and had to go back and play them, I think my percentage ratio had to drop to like 20%. It was drastically, I couldn't hit nothing with it. Like I destroyed like 3 planes. And then before that, I think I destroyed probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like, I don't know, 12, 13. And so I feel like that's a game that gets harder as you die. Anyway, I don't know.
Okay.
It's just me.
So, all right. Well, as for myself, as I mentioned, I've been doing Borderlands on stream on Tuesday afternoons. Let's see here.
I'm doing a show right now.
I'm going to do a record show.
No, I'm doing somebody else's show.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, you probably can't hear me though.
Hello,
Hello.
What a cute distraction. But I have been basically the things that I've been playing most is I've been making my way through Ninja Gaiden Sigma because I want to try to get through all 3 of them before 4 comes out because I want to play 4 on day 1. So I've been kind of I started it like a month or 2 ago, and it's really been on the back burner. But the last couple of days, I've gotten about 65% of the way through the game. So getting close there, hoping to get through all of them.
I can't.
And I just started playing through Metroid Fusion again because I just discovered that the Japanese version has its own retro achievement stack. So I've been playing through it again for some more retro achievements, and I've been doing all of the damages. Hi. You're very cute upstaging me.
Sorry.
I'd about to say, I think everybody, even watching the replay, I'd rather watch her than us talk about video games.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame them. But yeah, so I've been also playing through Metroid Fusion the last couple days again for the Japanese stack, and I've been getting all the damageless boss achievements along the way, and some of them are really, really difficult. And the one I'm on right now, I only did it like 3 or 4 times, but it's very, very like fast-paced, sporadic, bouncing around. There's no way to predict where it's going, so it's the the point value is higher for this boss for the damageless achievement than any other boss in the game, indicating that it's the hardest one to do without taking damage. So I don't know if I'm actually going to get this one. I may skip it, but I've been having a lot of fun playing through Metroid Fusion again. So, and I just recently played through Time Spinner, which is a Metroidvania, and that's because I'm going to be on Nerdportal's channel on Thursday, and he wanted to talk about that game, so I went and played through it so we can talk about it on Thursday. So, all right. And I see that Nightmare's in chat saying evening, guys. Good evening, Nightmare. Good to see you again. So with that, we will go ahead and get into our topics for tonight. So I normally ask the guests if they would like to present the topic. John did not. He's like, nah, it's all right. So this is just want to specify this one is not John's topic. As usually, we start off with the guest topic, but we got some fun ones tonight. So first topic for tonight is games that you love that you're bad at. So the first thing that popped into my mind, I wouldn't say I'm like really bad at it, but I'm not like great by any means. And if I was to play anybody online, I'd probably get spanked, especially since I haven't played it in forever. But a franchise that I'm a big fan of, but I wouldn't say I'm very great at, is the Smash Brothers games. So Super Smash Bros. Brawl is my favorite of them, oddly enough, because a lot of people were not fans of Brawl. But that's the one I spent the most time playing, so that's the one I'd probably be best at. I do have Ultimate, and I played through it for the first time earlier this year, but I've still put very little time into it. I don't even know that I've actually used each character yet, so that probably wouldn't be the one I would go with. But just the Smash Brothers franchise in general, I love those games, but I would not say I'm like great by any means. So curious from you guys, what are some games that you guys enjoy, but you're probably not the best at? Ryan, you got any games that you love that you're not good at?
All of them? No, actually, probably two in specific that I enjoy playing. I have been enjoying playing Call of Duty. Holly and I have not played in a while, but I do enjoy playing that. I've never been great at Call of Duty. And I would probably say Fortnite. I didn't like original Fortnite. I didn't understand it. But once they did the no build, I kind of got into it more. But I'm still not good at it. So it's always the online video games that I'm just not. When you're talking about like the battle, shooters. I'm just crap. I'm just always been crap.
Yeah, I've never played Fortnite, but I know a lot of people really got into it when they did the no build thing.
Yeah.
So okay, so Fortnite and what was it? Did you say Call of Duty? I know you've never been a big fan of Call of Duty. Was that?
I've never been a big fan of Call of Duty. No, I liked Call of Duty when it first came out. I liked, in my opinion, and I think it was a much better franchise drastically. Was
I had a feeling you were about to say that.
Battlefield it did some things right. I really like Battlefield 1, but Call of Duty always seemed just so, at least in the later iterations after like Black Ops 2, it was just so hokey and it was just so tiresome. I didn't like it. It was like, oh, Future Wars and blah. It just was, I don't know, it's garbage. So I don't know. And then of course you have the online multiplayer, which gets flooded by, people who are just the worst of the worst gamers, right? They just sit there and pick you off from a distance all the time. I understand.
Or children.
Yeah, cheating. Oh, the 12-year-olds. Dude, the 12-year-olds that play like, 24 hours a day and then they sit there and talk shit. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, you don't like it? You're like, listen here, man. I have a job. You don't understand.
It's like, listen here, you little mother. You know what I'm saying? You were adopted and you're never mind.
I look at airplanes all day. You play this all day. We are not the same. You try to rationalize with them, I bet.
But yeah, no, they just. I know back in the day when I was younger and I tried to actually play it, they would just talk crap and they would say a lot of gamer words. Now you can't say that because you get banned.
No, you still can. You just get banned. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. It's like.
What about you, John? You got any games that you love that you wouldn't say that you're terribly great at?
Well, if we're talking like multiplayer online stuff,
Either way,
I loved playing Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Okay.
That always had a ton of fun. I was terrible at it, so I never really got kills, but I was that guy that would always run around with the med kit, reviving people or throwing down ammo or going to where all the snipers were and basically being a meat shield for them when somebody would come up from behind. But I had fun. Like I like that team-based play in that type of multiplayer setting. And I had a lot of fun too with the I think it's the 2019 Modern Warfare, because that had skill-based matchmaking,
Okay.
which was much more enjoyable to play with, because you would have you basically you'd start off crap and then it'd figure out where you were, and by the time you got to the 10th match, it would refine you to some other players that were closer, maybe a little bit higher than your level, but it always felt balanced. Like I never felt like I got cheated, and I never got a blowout. I probably played about 200 matches, which is a lot for me. And yeah, I don't remember a single time getting one of those typical Call of Duty, like they've got 75 kills and you got like 10 or 15. It was always like within like 2 or 3 kills. Same thing with like hard point and certain modes, and I had a ton of fun with that, even though I was never very good. But then as far as like some older games, like stuff that I grew up with, an old NES game called The Guardian Legend, which was a really it was interesting because it was like a top-down RPG, but then it was also a top-down kind of like 1943 flyer as well.
Okay, it's a shoot 'em up.
Yeah, it's an insane game. I highly recommend it because I think it's a fantastic game. It's incredibly hard, and I love playing that, even though I was never any good at it.
Okay. Yeah.
Great music, just a ton of fun.
Interesting. It has a retro achievement set for anyone who's into retro achievements. I love shoot 'em ups as well. I'm typically pretty good at them, but there are some that I played this like I'm not good at. Like I've been playing sort of recently 1945. There's 1, 2, and 3, and I missed 2 when it was on sale, so I'll pick it up when it goes on sale again. But I have 1 and 3, and it's fun. But yeah, I'm not terribly good at them, so I totally understand that one. So
yeah, well, and I mean,
this game existed, so thanks for putting that on my radar.
Oh, I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know if you ever get the chance to play it, because it's just one of those random games that my friend had, and I don't even know how he got it. He doesn't even know how he got it, and he never played it, but I just stole it from him and said, "All right, I'm taking it." And so yeah, that one, and then another one was and I actually I did end up beating the game, but was never very good at it. Was the G.I. Joe game for Nintendo for NES, and I love that game.
Okay, I do not know that one, but I was never into G.I. Joe. So
yeah, G.I. Joe's was big when I was a kid.
Neil, are you not an American hero?
Like my first real I always have trouble with this word. Foyer. I always have trouble with that word for some reason. This is a very bad example. My first foyer into G.I. Joe was the Channing Tatum G.I. Joe movie. So I know people hate that one.
Oh, that's not
I
good.
thought it was fun. I didn't think it was a good movie, but I thought it was fun.
It's fine for popcorn. Kill an hour or two. I wish it would have been better, but if you want something to kill some time, I'll take it.
It was slightly before my time, so I never really got a chance to get into it. I'm sure I would have loved it if I had really gotten the chance to.
I mean, Ray Park's Snake Eyes, though, was incredible. But then again, he was the same guy that did Darth Maul.
Ray Park's
of course.
awesome.
I mean,
I'll watch that guy. I'll watch that guy
incredible.
in anything. 100%.
Yes. And he loves the fans.
Yep. He was the if I remember correctly, he was the head security guard in Fanboys when they went to Skywalker Ranch. He was the
Skywalker
head
Ranch
security guard. So
what a wonderful movie.
I need to watch that one again.
He's
long
not a
time.
big man, but I wouldn't want to
No.
mess with him because
Yep.
dude knows what he's doing.
So Carl's saying that her retro achievement counter 1. The G.I. Joe game on NES also has a retro achievement set, so that counter is now at 2. So cool. And yeah, you mentioned Battlefield's Bad Company. Was that the one that you mentioned?
Bad Company 2,
Bad
not the
Company
first one.
2. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like the controls on Bad Company 1.
I've never played any of the Battlefield games, but I had some friends in high school that were really into it, and they really liked the Bad Company games. And we did talk about Bad Company on Top 5. I think Carl might have been there for that episode when we were doing commercials, because the Battlefield Bad Company commercials were freaking great.
Yeah, and the story is actually really good for Bad Company, like surprisingly. And DICE isn't known for making good story-based games, but you could tell they were having fun, and so that's what they did. Like, the game is basically go blow shit up and have fun with your friends doing it, and at least in the campaign. So the dialogue reflected that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure DICE did the Mirror's Edge games, which I really enjoyed those. So I think that's really the only thing from DICE I've actually played, but I love those games. So, but I wouldn't have known it if Ryan hadn't mentioned it, but apparently we got rated by Smoo. So Smoo's a great dude, so go check him out and give him a follow. So thanks for that raid, Smoo. Appreciate it. I hope you're having a good one. So all right, Carl, what about you? You got any games that you really love despite not being great at?
I suck at every video game I play, so all of them.
So same answer as Ryan.
Yeah,
Anything
welcome to
in
my life.
particular that you're?
You know what? I would say probably fighting games. That's like probably like the best answer I could give. I enjoy fighting games for what they are, but I am not. How do you say this? As Fry would say, I got the stupid hands. You know, I don't have the robot devil hands where I can finesse all these moves. And I'm getting older, so I'm getting like carpal tunnel. You know, I can't do everything right, as we all know. Well, you guys would know since you're all older than me, right?
Yep.
So, I'm kidding.
Although I don't have that problem yet.
Why? Are you not going to be playing?
Yeah, you know, it's really just the fighting games and I guess competitive RTS games.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of the Total War series, as probably a lot of you know. But like the biggest thing is like the people who play competitive RTS. Oh man, those guys are a whole new level of special kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say one other thing that I was gonna mention is because like I said, you know, I start off with Smash Brothers because that's like the closest thing to like fighting games that I do, and I don't really consider that's more of a party game than a fighting game. Like actual fighting games like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat stuff, I don't play those at all. But RTSs, there have been some RTSs that I had a lot of fun with, but I never would ever go and play them online. My favorite RTS was Total Annihilation, if anybody even knows what that game was, but I was a big fan of Total Annihilation. I played that back in like middle school. So, but yeah, right there with you on, you know, not RTSs in general, because I know you are a big fan of like the Age of Empires, the historical stuff. I did play Age of Empires 1 and 3, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, but
you skipped the good one.
I know everyone says the second one is
it's like me saying I only watched Spider-Man 1 and 3. That's exactly what this is right here. It's like
does it have an ongoing story that runs through all 3 games?
No, but you skipped the good one though. That's all it is.
Yeah. The reason why I played 1 and 3 is because they were both like under a 10-hour completion, but 2 is like a 300-hour completion. I'm like, nah, no thanks.
Yeah, because you actually have to do real work. You can't just type in all the cheat codes in the first one to get all the achievements.
That is exactly it.
You know, I just feel it coming on again where we're talking about the fact and especially on the Nintendo 64 one the rare games last week, Neo hates fun. I don't get it.
No, well, so speaking of Total Annihilation, that just jogged my memory because the spiritual successor was the Supreme Commander games, and I've always wanted to, but I've never gotten around to playing them. But I may do that at some point. because it's by a different studio, but I think it's because the studio that did Total Annihilation, Cave Dog, they closed. And I think a lot of those devs on that team reopened as whatever the studio is that made Supreme Commander, which I shall have here in just a second.
I'd like to add XCOM to that list as well. I really love
XCOM,
that.
okay.
I really love the story, the idea, the aliens, stuff like that. Those games are just insanely difficult, but it's also fun as well. So
yeah, those tactical, they are turn-based, right?
Tactically, yeah.
Yeah, the tactics turn-based, like squad shooter type games. I've never played any of them, so I can't say whether I would like it or not. I think I if I was probably to try one, I'd probably try Gears Tactics. Would probably be the one that I'd start with.
that's a good one because it's not as difficult as the XCOM games. A little bit more lenient, and especially if you spend any time in the Gears of War games, then you're already invested in the lore.
Just play it all on easy, then they're all easy, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I have it. I've enjoyed what I've played of it on Xbox. So
the developer for Supreme Commander is Hellbent Games. So I think that's made up of a bunch of people from Cave Dog who made Total Annihilation. So I love the whole sci-fi and the robots things. That's why I like Total Annihilation back in the day.
You're a robots kind of guy there, Neo?
I am. So, all right.
I like that we got stop motion Neos too, with some funny freezing ups every now and then.
Oh, am I having some lagging?
Oh yes, it is. It's funny. We've got a few good blinks and open mouths. Great memes.
It's like every 30 seconds, dude. Like practically.
It's like it's like how they stop right before they shoot Kennedy every time.
I mean, the only reason I'm not on camera right now is because I'm rocking the Jufro, and because my hair is so wild. I'm not Jewish. I just have the
that's what they all
curls. What do you mean? That's what they all say. What the hell does that mean?
Speaking of that, I have a funny story I will tell about behind the scenes later on. So
oh wow!
It's not stream safe.
Tell us a great story
about Jufros.
About your Hanukkah gifts that one year.
It is Jew related. I'll say that.
There ain't nothing wrong with talking about Jews.
It was.
When you phrase it like this, it sounds way worse. Just saying.
Maybe.
I know. Neil made it more awkward than I did by making jokes.
It's funny, or at least I thought it was hilarious. I was dying.
I believe you.
He's like, there's this Jewish guy. He fell down. Started kicking him and calling him names, and I laughed.
It's like you're about to just go off on us. It's like, look, listen. This is why that Germany became the way it was. All right, guys.
I'll tell you, it had to do with someone asked me if I was Jewish. So,
do you have?
No, I am not, and I have no Jewish in my blood at all.
Oh no, I didn't think you were, but did they think you had traits?
They were very confused. So,
is it your nose?
No,
anyway, I'll tell you guys afterwards.
It's because they were confused by Neo. They thought it was a very Jewish sounding name. That's why.
Yes.
Of course. Has gone off the rails, and Neo loves it.
All right. Next topic on the agenda for tonight is so this was the idea for this topic was sparked by I've never actually talked to him in real time, but I've seen him in Discord and stuff. And his online name is Spartan Flash Sentry, and he is a big in the Helldivers community over at my friends at the Salty Nerd Podcast. And he posted something in their Discord a couple weeks ago with his stats for Helldivers, and that gave me the idea for this one. And that is, what game do you think you have the most kills in? I don't remember what his stats were, but that's what gave me the idea for it. It's like, if out of all the games I've played, I wonder which one I have the most kills in. So it's like, yeah, that'd be a great topic for party chat. So I guess we'll go with Carl first.
Oh, easily Mass Effect 2. I've wiped out so many solar systems in those DLCs.
Okay.
I probably replayed that game like 30 times, so I'm thinking we're going trillions at this point.
So, because I'm like talking like kills that like you directly did from your character while you were in control of it, not
Multiplayer.
necessarily like cutscenes.
Well, now you killed all the fun.
So sorry if I didn't specify that, but that was kind of the intent of the question.
I mean, Carl, how much longer does this need to be a meme that Neo hates fun? And
Yeah, I
apparently
guess
Jews
so.
too. It's a new thing
I
now.
am like 98%
Neo doesn't like the
German,
Jews.
so
You didn't help your cause. I like that you didn't, by
Yep,
the way. That's nice.
exactly.
Yeah. So does that mean you hate me because I'm a gypsy? Is that where we're getting into next?
Well, your ass is already in a concentration
Oh, definitely.
camp.
I'm
Get
a
outta here.
Slav. They don't even count as people. But to be getting back on track here, I don't know. That's probably. Geez, I don't really play too many multiplayer games anymore.
It doesn't have to be multiplayer.
But
Like
I would
single player kills count too. Just as long as you're in control of the character getting the kills.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go with multiplayer. I'll probably say games I used to play a lot. Halo would probably be up there. But if I want
Which
to make
one?
it more fun, though, I'd probably say Left 4 Dead with all the zombies that blitz you.
Okay.
Because I played a lot of Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 back in the day with my cousins and all my friends, and just with those giant hordes of zombies that chase you down and run after you and stuff like that. I probably had, probably like at least to be considered a war criminal if they were actual people.
Yeah. Would you say you played more of Left 4 Dead 1 or Left 4 Dead 2?
Oh, I probably played about both of them equally, and especially because they put Left 4 Dead 1 in Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh,
So-
I heard about it. I only played the first one, so I didn't know that for a very long time, but someone did tell me that.
Yeah, so it's something like that. Probably for like the non-PvP, but the PvP, I would probably say like, Halo 3, Halo 2, or let's just say Halo combined, because that's the only multiplayer game that I was actually really good at, not competitively, but the one where I was like good enough to get to like level 45, and then I knew my place after that.
Yeah, I did. I got to about that too in the ranking on Halo 3. I think I got to like about 45. Then I'm like, yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm going to stay. I don't think I'm going to get any higher.
Yeah, I like 45 was the max I ever got to in Halo multiplayer, and then I just was like, all right, I get it. It's like I know my place.
So all right. And let's see, where to go? I'm trying to multitask here. Dudes over on Rumble saying Warframe, which I would have 100% guessed that's his. He says probably has 10 million kills in that because he's been playing it for a long time. So, what about you, John? What game would you say you probably have the most kills in, whether it be single or multiplayer or combined?
The Borderlands series.
Which one have you played the most of?
They're all equally around 400 hours, with the exception of probably. I think the only exception would be Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Okay, I actually just picked that up this last week because it was on sale for like 85% off.
Yeah, I would just mute it and then put something on and shoot and kill stuff. It's a super cringy story. Like,
is it more or less cringy than 3?
More.
Oh, more cringy.
More, yeah. They really jumped into like the deep end on the LGBTQ stuff in the game, and
I had no idea.
Oh yeah, they went, and then when that game didn't sell, they fired everybody, all the writers from 3 and that game. So
good.
Yeah. Well, I guess but yeah, so as far as like just the Borderlands series in general, maybe 2 I might have more. But I mean, yeah, and when I say I've got like 400 hours in each, I mean that's both the PS3, 360, PC versions, then the Handsome Collection versions as well. So the remasters or upgrades or whatever, and then
Gotcha.
yeah. So And I'm not even the thing too with those games. I'm not even one of those guys that's trying to like get the perfect drop. I'm just playing it because I like it. I just want to kill stuff, and it's fun. The guns are fun. I like that. I like that the guns are randomized and they all play differently, and then switching up your skills to see how different builds you can make. And so as far as like online, I probably be that 2019 Modern Warfare. Although I did get a lot of kills in Gears of War 2's Horde mode.
Okay.
I got a lot of kills in that. Even though that's a PvE, so I'm trying to cover all the tracks, the PvP, single player, and the PvE. So I think because that one or Halo 3 ODST.
Oh, okay. Played a lot. That was a good game.
I think that's the best Halo game in the
Halo
entire
game.
series.
Interesting.
Yeah. That'll be my hot take for the night, maybe. Yeah,
it's a good game. I just don't think I've ever heard anyone say that that's their favorite.
It has the best story in the game, and I actually the characters, because you spend time with all of them.
Yeah.
And then it helped too that 3 of the voice actors also worked on Firefly. Together, so that, they already had a repertoire, right, of working together, which enhanced the writing, or they probably got to have some fun. So, but I think from a writing standpoint, because it wasn't focused on Master Chief, it wasn't this big old huge world ending event. It was just a couple of drop shock troops like trying to get the hell out of the city. And especially like that last level where you're driving down the highway and you're just trying to get out, like that was, especially playing with friends, that was freaking epic. And the music was the fantastic music. It really like raised the level of that the feeling that you needed to get through this quickly, even though you can take your time to a degree and kill stuff. So I don't know.
Speaking of the music, oh, never mind. Because I was thinking when we did top 5 soundtracks, I listened to a bunch of game soundtracks. And I was like, I had the ODST soundtrack kind of right in the middle of the Halo games. So I was thinking I had it higher.
I think it's a solid soundtrack.
It's
very,
great.
It's subtle. Like when you're in the city, it's very calm. It's very quiet. It's a little eerie. And then when you get into those fights, it really picks up, and then it kind of calms back down again. And then each area and each part of the story has a very unique kind of soundtrack. That that was. But anyways, yeah. So I put a lot, because I got the 1,000 achievements in that, so I put a lot of time killing people in that game.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 achievements in one game.
Yeah.
So, all right, Ryan. What about you? What game would you say you have the most skills in?
Well, you're gonna love this. Dun-dun, dun, 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 dun.
It's just like 3 episodes in a row.
That's literally the truth. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to piss you off. Well, maybe a little bit.
It's just a cherry on
but
top.
Yes, it is. It's GoldenEye 007, and the fact that it's the best rare game in the history of the world, and it's with one of the best Nintendo 64 games of all time. And it is, and it trumps Perfect Dark in every way, shape, or form.
It's not a lot.
It's not even close. Better. How many times do you have to lose this? I've never played it. I'm just going off based on everything that everybody else has said and the chat. How many times do you need to lose this?
I can't lose it when I'm not wrong.
You're both wrong. It's grabbed by the ghoulies, first off.
Well, that wasn't on N64, though, was it?
So, anyway.
No, original Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was on N64. But anyway, so this was a game that my friends and I played religiously over and over and over and over and over again until we're probably blue in the face. I have probably killed them, I don't know, literally somewhere in the neighborhood of tens of thousands of times and vice versa.
Just multiplayer?
On this one, yes, I'm
Okay.
just counting multiplayer because when I think what kills do you have, I think of multiplayer because that's the only metric that you can really use, in my opinion, because it's you versus somebody else. I can kill computers until I'm blue in the face. I'm not going to be great at it, depending on the game. But if I wanted to talk about Fallout, I mean, that's probably would be Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, because I played them a staggering amount of 900 hours each. And so, but I would like to do it, me personally, as human
Fair enough.
against human. So my friends and I, we were blue in the face, and we blew each other up and just shot each other, and it was so much fun. And it's why that GoldenEye 007 is the best Nintendo 64 game and
Close.
rare game of all time. No, you're wrong. Neil and I will go back and forth on this until we're blue in the face. Probably for the next decade. Yeah.
It's like the phrase, like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Yeah, Mr. T and Chuck Norris. There you
Yeah,
go.
pretty much.
Which one of us is Mr. T?
Well, obviously it's Ryan.
Oh, darn.
Well, yeah,
That
because
is
I'm
true.
bigger. I mean, just flat out. But I do have a question. Does Perfect Dark have a multiplayer?
You're
Yes.
joking me, right?
No, because I told
I
you.
went
I've
on like
never
a
played
freaking 20-minute rant about this on Top 5 last week.
it. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I
just
told you
tune
that
me out the whole time?
I don't tune you out
Just
the whole
most of
time.
it.
He just forgets. You got to give him a
part
break
of it.
here. He goes to
The
bed at
Perfect
like
Dark multiplayer
9.
is everything that GoldenEye did, but better.
Well, that's what you keep saying, and when you start with that, that's when I start tuning you out. So it might be slightly your
My
own
fault that I'm
or
giving you
mostly your
facts
fault.
and you tune me out, and it's my fault.
It's not facts
It
when
is-
the
just
chat
'cause they
disagrees.
disagree doesn't make them right.
Well, the only way to consensus do facts is by taking a poll. So it's like maybe because it is the spiritual successor, it might be better, but the chat
That doesn't
disagrees that
matter.
it's better.
This is like when Tony Soprano fights
It's
with
like-
his wife.
I've never seen Sopranos, so I don't get the reference.
I haven't either. I don't know what it means, but
It's-
I feel like
I know what it
watch
means.
Carl
any
never watches
media
anything, and
at
everything
all.
he references, nobody else has watched.
No, I've seen it. I know exactly what
Okay,
he's
John,
talking
I don't
about.
watch Jack, and this is The Sopranos. You guys watch like all this crap, and I get like one Sopranos reference out of the blue, and it somehow magically misses both of you. Here, not you, Neo. You get a pass, but I am shocked Ryan has never watched The Sopranos.
well, I don't really care for
I
gangster
get it.
dramas.
Italians. Never mind.
No, it's just gangster dramas. Like I didn't watch The Departed
saw it
either.
later.
So I don't
It was
even know what
good.
that's about.
But sad. I don't remember much about it other than, spoiler alert, everyone dies at the end.
I mean, I'm never gonna watch
Yeah.
it, so I don't really care.
But yeah, it's funny. Every time Carl does have that reference, which is rare, it's something that we haven't seen.
Just how though? It's The Sopranos.
I know it was huge, but yeah, I never saw it.
I mean, I was busy watching shit like Game of Thrones and
I haven't seen that either.
stuff like that.
Oy vey.
Okay, well, if you don't like softcore porn, I get it. It is a little softcore porn.
That's what I've heard. So,
But it also has dragons and
And
swords.
incest. That's why you tuned in, right?
Who, me? Absolutely. I mean, Daenerys Targaryen, if she
Your
was
sister?
well, technically she would not as it's not no the brother didn't do the sister. It was the what the aunt did the nephew. That's what spoilers.
all right then.
Neil's
Still
like
keyboarding.
Jesus.
Canadians.
see how I Met Your Mother. That is a wholesome show.
So, yeah, I just referenced that on Top 5 last week. That was great, and Ryan knew what I was
Yes, you
talking
did.
about, and so did Jason. So, Angry Canadian is in
a great
here saying,
show.
"All right, I'm here. I see we are talking collections for how many times Neo says the retro achievements word. So I've been twice so far. I mean, that is there, but that doesn't count because I was talking about. I think the counter is for when I reference like a achievement set. Actually, we should be at 3 because I did talk about it when we were talking about now playing because what I'm playing currently.
Being awfully
I'm
We
not
gotta
being-
keep
I-
this
about
counter,
this, and
right?
I-
We gotta get this set up.
I'm giving him more ammo because he missed the first one when I was talking about what I've been playing lately, and I was talking about Metroid Fusion.
Well, he also missed the fact that you admitted the fact that that Perfect
I
Dark
never
is not as
admitted
good
that
as
because it's not
GoldenEye.
true.
Well, it's because you just keep fighting.
My mind
you
is
know,
telling
like,
me
kinda
no,
like, you know,
but my body,
yeah.
my body's telling me yes.
So
That's actually very nice. That's very
and
nice.
lowest
I like that.
expectations here as well. Good evening, lowest.
All right,
So-
Lois.
Right now, we are talking about what games we have the most kills in, and I meant it like across like single and multiplayer. They kind of took it more of a multiplayer route, but that's fine. So kind of similar to Dude. I don't know which one it would be, but it would have to be between Destiny 1 and Mass Effect 3. And I'm just talking like PvE because I only did a very small amount of PvP in Destiny for when it required it, either for an achievement or to unlock one of like the legendary guns. So I barely put any time into the PvP. But I have spent a hell of a lot of time in Destiny 1 killing Fallen, Cabal. What was it? The Taken was the faction they added in at the 1-year anniversary, but there was 3. Oh, Hive. I was like, there were 3 factions in the game by default. So the Fallen was the first one. They're kind of like the Covenant. The Hive are kind of like these like alien bug-ish type creatures. So they're kind of more like, I don't know, like Zerg-ish from StarCraft. And there's the Cabal, which
Nice Zerg reference.
and then
I
the
thought same thing.
Cabal, they look almost like the first time I saw them, I was like, these guys look just like the large round aliens from Fifth Element, except they're bad guys. So I've spent a heck of a lot of time killing all of them because Destiny 1 is the one game I have the single most amount of hours in. But I've spent a heck of a lot of time playing Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, which is co-op. It's still PvE. But with some friends. And so it'd be a toss-up between those two. I probably have in the millions of kills of both of those. If we're talking strictly PvP, probably between Halo 3 and Halo Reach, because those are probably the 2 games that I played online the most, or at least of games that you can get kills in. So nowhere near as many kills, obviously, because those are against other people. But if I had to pick between pick a PvP game that I probably have the most kills in, it's probably Halo 3 or Halo Reach, because I did spend a lot of time playing those ones online. So lowest expectations coming in the most kills, Vampire Survivors. Even though I've only put maybe like 20 or so hours in that game, you get a lot of kills in that one. So that one would be a perfect answer for this one, but I haven't put enough time into it. I probably still have a lot more kills in Mass Effect 3 or Destiny, but I do plan to get 100% in Vampire Survivor, so I will be playing that a lot, and that could very well be my number 1 most kills in the game at some point. So that's a great answer there. So, all right. Anybody else have any other games that kind of popped in their head that they remember they might have a lot of kills in?
I mean, if you really want to, put brass tacks, the original StarCraft, because I used to like max my things out with cheat codes to just destroy everybody. And I would literally I would take over. It would always be like me as the Terran, 1 Protoss, and then the rest are all Zerg, like on an 8-person map, like literally. And
a lot of Zerg.
I killed a lot of because they're bugs. So anyway. But like each time I would like take over like a new area, and like literally the map would start looking like a green, like just like me of like moving over and over again. And I just kind of like imagined it if like the United States was taking over bugs.
Nice. Exterminate.
I don't know. I mean, I still do it a little bit to this day. Every once in a while, I'll pull it up and just like do that and put the cheat codes in, because it's like, I mean, I played the full game. What do I care? But StarCraft 2 is actually a very good game. So shout out to StarCraft 2. The original StarCraft is great too. One day I might actually replay through those. So yeah, Battle.net as the original StarCraft and Brood War is free.
Interesting. But yeah, just kind of like your comfy place, your comfort game. Go in and just massacre the Zerg.
Yeah, I mean, because it started with Command and Conquer, which I got the remastered collection. Because I used to like to go. What was Islands Overwhelming or something? No, it was something like that. But anyway, there's a Command and Conquer level and Red Alert Retaliation that had a giant ants, and it reminded me of
Okay.
Starship Troopers. And that one was fun too because I would put the cheat codes in eventually because I beat it normally, but then I would always like just hop islands and stuff. And the ants were unlimited. You couldn't
They just
defeat
keep
the
coming.
ants. You could nuke one of their you could nuke one of their layers and it would do nothing. But it was always fun to like put the Tesla coils up, be like, and the ant would die.
Incinerate it.
Like, yes.
Yeah, like I did play the original Command and Conquer back in the day. That was mainly because like all my friends were into it as well. We never played like against each other. We just played the campaign and stuff. I always liked it. I just wasn't good at those either. I wanted to play the rest of them. Like what was the Red Alert? I know that was a popular one. I never got around to playing any of the other ones.
Red Alert.
The original.
The very first multiplayer game I ever played was
Okay.
StarCraft, and that was over the modem, and it was my friend and I, and we would team up and we would take on the bots, and it was a blast. But it's really sucked over modem because if the phone rang, cut. But the game kept playing though.
I had a similar issue at my house that I was in college, where I don't know what it was. We had DSL at the time, but if the phone ever rang, I would get disconnected from a match, and it was really frustrating.
Yeah, it was maddening. Good old dial-up.
I miss those days.
You've got mail. Yeah, it's like it's like it would take like I don't know, like what a good like 15 seconds to dial up and receive the signal.
So,
It's something these
I
young
remember
kids
that.
will never understand.
yep.
Never understand. Like if the Wi-Fi goes out, they
Right.
melt down. They're like, "What's wrong with the Wi-Fi?" Like, "Oh, I can't do the TikTok." Like, shut up.
Imagine waiting 20 minutes just to connect to the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. So next topic on the agenda for tonight is favorite collection games. This came from my buddies on Xbox. They do a podcast called Achievement Hunting 101, and one of the recent episodes, I believe it was Elroy OMJ that said this, so shout out to him. He was talking about the Crash Insane trilogy, and he said, this is the best collection game that's ever been released. And I was like, no, it's not. But it gave me the idea. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea for a party chat topic. So we're talking for the next few minutes here. We'll be talking about your favorite collection game. So, John, do you have a favorite collection game?
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't know what you meant when you had posted this. So this was the one that I didn't have any thoughts on. So,
if you want us to go first, to give you some time to think.
I can
Yeah.
give you one right off the bat, just
Okay.
because you're going to say it anyway. So, but I think that the Mass Effect trilogy that they
The
recently
Legendary
released
Edition.
it's a great collection. The only bad thing about it, the only bad thing I can say about it is the missing DLC from the first game.
Pinnacle Station DLC.
That's the only thing I could say that's bad about it. Other than that, everything in that collection is exactly what you want. I think for me, it's got everything I need.
I probably would have that on my list, but I haven't played it yet. But I'm looking forward to playing it, and I know they made some quality of life improvements to the first game, which needed it the most. So, and it's been a long time since I played through the campaigns of the Mass Effect. So I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I am very much looking forward to playing through them all again.
You'll definitely be happy with the transition times between specific areas.
The elevator sections,
little stuff like that is just that alone is like a godsend. So I
I actually tried to play it not that long. I guess it was quite a while ago. I tried to play it like I
That's
don't know
not too
6
long
months
ago.
ago or something like that. And I was having problems with the fact of connecting Steam to an EA account,
Oh.
and I'm like, why do I have to do this? I bought the game like it should be a seamless transition, but it was a bag of ass.
That's
I don't. That was 6 months ago.
no, they
might have
haven't.
fixed
That's
it, but
EA for you.
I'm assuming, Ryan, you're playing it on PC.
well, oh yeah, I'm playing it on PC. I mean, I played it originally on the PlayStation, but well, as somebody who newly has a house to take care of, I guess I can take my stuff out of storage. So I'll eventually get my gaming consoles back. But my gaming setup is so set up through Steam now because I've done it for so long over the last like 2.5 years that I'm probably just going to continue that direction. And I guess to piggyback off of what John, I'm going to have to go with Mass Effect as well. The reason I'm picking Mass Effect, and not just because it's an incredible franchise, but because I think of a collection as 3 games or more, right?
Doesn't have to be, but
I don't
that makes
consider.
sense.
Yeah, that's where me personally I would lean. Like I would love to say like Knights of the Old Republic, but there's only 2 games,
Well,
and the Old Republic is not what
there's
we
no
wanted.
collection of
They're BioWare.
Knights of the Old Republic, though, so those wouldn't count.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why I'm kind of going like it is like a collection franchise. I think that quite frankly that Mass Effect is by far the best. It was the best era of one of the best eras of BioWare. It gave us Dragon Age Origins. That gave us Knights of the Old Republic, and it's just so good. And I know that there are problems with the 3rd game. Some people have some issues. That's fine. I get it, but I never played the multiplayer. I didn't care that much, but the campaign was awesome, and the story was awesome. The side missions were awesome, and it was just I wanted to do anything and everything I could, even the mining of Mass Effect 2. Like, you know what? Yeah, it got tedious at times, but at the same time, it was so unique that it's just like, you know what? I don't mind. And you were finding more and more minerals, and I don't know. It made it unique in my opinion.
You said you had trouble with the linking of the account. So were you able to get that sorted so you could play it?
I haven't tried since then. I got so frustrated that like back when I was,
So it sounds like you haven't actually played the Legendary Edition then.
I have not played the Legendary Edition, no, but I played the original.
That's what I'm talking about is the actual collection itself.
Well, I have the actual collection itself because there was a PlayStation 3 collection that came out.
No, I'm talking about like the Mass Effect Legendary Edition counts because it's one game that has all 3 of them in it, not like a bundle where you bought all 3 games at the same time.
Yeah, but you're kind of
I'm not
splitting hairs. It's like
I'm talking about the specific collection.
Kind of saying that
so
Mass Effect on the PlayStation, they did do a collection specifically that had Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
And it wasn't just a bundle of all 3 games. It was actually
It was a bundle of all 3
It was
games.
actually
that's what I'm talking about. That wouldn't count for this question. I'm talking about like an actual collection.
But it was
like the Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
It was
count since it's an actual collection of all 3 games.
Well, it has the same parameters.
No, because
that you're going for.
the Legendary Edition has made changes to the like mainly Mass Effect 1. If you just bought the bundle of the first 3 games, you wouldn't have those changes.
Well, they made changes to 1 for PlayStation.
Did they?
Yeah,
and they made
because it had never been on PlayStation up till that point.
They
was
ported
a
it to
Microsoft
PlayStation. That's the correct term that we want to use here.
Yeah, but Microsoft had the exclusive rights to that for a while.
Exclusivity.
Yeah.
It was a 360 exclusive until EA bought BioWare.
Yeah, and that's so it was a Mass Effect collection. It was the very first Mass Effect collection. The Legendary, in my opinion, is actually a poor rendering of the collection because they made changes for DEI purposes. I mean, they did. I'm just saying. Well, I mean, we say meh, but they changed it for a reason. So it's like they picked like the target first. I'm just saying, like, why did you change it? It didn't need change.
One of the things that's funny about that is because there was someone who modded that basically, the main change that I think you're referring to is the camera angles in Mass Effect 2. for some of the dialogue scenes.
Yeah,
There was
well,
someone who modded those out
that was-
originally on PC, and then when they did the Legendary Edition, the developers took it out, and the same person who modded it out originally modded it back into the Legendary Edition on PC.
That's hysterical, by the way.
So I don't know who that is, but someone has told me that a few times. I think it was Dude that told me about that. So shout out to whoever it was that went full circle on that. So, actually, you know what, Carl, why don't you go ahead and go next? I've got a couple, and then a couple that I want to mention. I don't want to potentially steal any answers.
You know, I just like to say the older game collections that they keep putting out. Those are the ones I'd like to say people should look at, like the old Atari collections.
Oh, okay.
Like the RPG collections from Sunsoft that they kind of put out from old Dead Hardware and IP rights like that. One of the more recent ones, Final Fantasy 1 through 6.
I was just going to mention that, the 1 through 6 pixel remaster.
Yeah.
Have you? I know Dude was playing them a while back. I don't know if he got all the way through them. Have you played all of them?
In various states, yeah.
Okay.
But
So
not
it sounds like
on the
that's a
collection.
pretty good.
Yeah.
You like that collection though?
I mean, I like when there are ways that they keep porting this forward for people. I'm one of those people where I do think that all video games should be ported in some way, shape, or form in mass collections.
I do too.
You know,
Yeah, especially for preservation's sake.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's not exactly the most popular thing to put out there for some people in some circles, but the more the merrier. You know, like we had like the Ratchet and Clank collections, the God of War collections that were kind of ported over from the PS2 to the PS3 era. You know, like they keep doing a bunch of like fun stuff like that, and they should keep doing it. Recently, they ported over a lot of the Alteria games as one collection as well.
Oh, that's exactly what Canadian just said in chat.
Yeah, just right as I said. I was just
right as he said it.
Yeah, so just a way to like sometimes either have some quality of life improvements, make some changes or stuff like that to basically have them functioning and working on other systems. Like you know, some of these games started off as like handheld collections. So we kind of saw like a bunch of those come over with like the Phoenix Wright collections over to everything and stuff like that. The Metal Gear collections, like any one of these things where they can get all these old games and port them to new consoles and new PC and something like that. Introduce a new audience to these games, like that. That's really all I can ask for a lot. Anything that's like a collection, and there's a bunch.
Agreed. And I'm just sharing this because I still have my original copy. That this was the original collection for the PS3. It's
We'll get to that in just a second.
Yeah, you share it when you're ready. I'm not going to cut anybody off.
So, in regard to that, I don't know how to pronounce it, but the one that Canadian mentioned that's super expensive. The
Alteria.
Alteria. Ulterior. Okay. What's the deal with that collection, and why is it so expensive? And how expensive is it?
Well, it's like I think $80 for 3 games. And
what were those originally on?
I think they were just on PS3.
Okay.
So like the PS3 was also hard to kind of like port over as well.
Yeah, it really was. It was kind of like a clown show in a lot of ways to do PS3 stuff. I think it still technically kind of is.
Yeah.
So, because there's like Need for Speed games that were on the like not Most Wanted. What the freak was the one that Undercover?
That was the one I think that came out. No, there was Most Wanted, and then Carbon.
Undercover.
And then
Carbon, and then Undercover, because Undercover was the very first one I think that it got. It was the only PS3 exclusive. I think Carbon was like middle ground. I think if I remember correctly, because I love those games, and because you did racing, and also at the same time, like it was so much fun. But anyway, Undercover was literally.
I think those were all on 360 as well.
They were
on 360, but like
so was Pro Street.
Still to this day, there's no Steam variant. There's not any variant that I know of that has been ported to the PC, and not even there are versions of course You know, not Underground.
There was Hot Pursuit was on 360 as well. I have that one.
Yeah.
Pursuit, yeah. What the
Not the original one, obviously, because it was the later in the game with the same name.
Yeah, Underground 1 and Underground 2, they had PC versions, but like there's no ports to
Yeah,
to
but
like
they sucked on
Steam.
PC.
Well, you know, yeah, they're fine. I think they looked better on PC than they did in the PlayStation 2.
Oh wow.
I don't know.
Really big fight there.
I guess I had a better PC at the time than I did. I don't know, because like the graphics look better to me, and I had both versions. I had so I have a large collection that's all sitting in storage, and it's probably all melted now because it was sitting in the hot Florida sun for 2.5 years.
So Carl, if you had to pick a favorite collection, would you be able to?
I mean, the thing about this question here is, to be quite frank, is to pick a collection is like basically saying like, what are your favorite games? You know, it's like a lot of my favorite games would be like already in collections. You know, it's like, well, I loved all the God of War games, so it's like, well, that could be my favorite collection. I love all the Mass Effects. Well, there's a collection. You know, I feel like it's more of like I like just when they do ports of collections. It's kind of a cop-out answer, but it's like I've already talked about like a lot of these games that I love already, and they've all got some sort of collection to kind of move it forward in some way, shape, or form. But I think the more that these companies try to save money and try to also introduce new generations of gamers to these games, that's what I prefer, just to say like any collection of really good IPs that everyone kind of loves that are like, you know, classics and great like that. Like just keep doing that, you know?
Okay. And Canadian says, what constitutes a collection? More than one game on a disc or cart? It's typically like when they re-release multiple games on a single disc or as a single release. It may have multiple games in them, but it's like a single game, but it comes with all three of them. Like we were talking about the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is a perfect example of a collection.
And I think that the Uncharted games 1, 2, and 3 they had a re-release all collected together for the PlayStation 4.
Yes, they did.
And I love the Uncharted
example.
I love the Uncharted games. They're not as good as Mass Effect, but I love me some Uncharted. Uncharted 4
is great.
Uncharted 4 I've actually never played. I own it, but I've never played it. I need to play that.
It's all right. It's better than 3, but everything's better than 3.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I've got some of mine now. Whenever you wanna let me know, Neo.
Okay. We'll share what Ryan has here. The Mass Effect trilogy. Interesting. I did not know that this existed.
Yeah. Well,
they didn't do this on Xbox. So
no, they did this on Xbox. Yeah.
They did a trilogy collection.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Well, it was just the three games bundled together then, because like Mass Effect Legendary Edition, has like its own achievement set versus like each of the individual games. So that's what I meant.
I own this one for PlayStation 3 right now. They did the exact same thing.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and then on my place, I have the Legendary on the PlayStation 4.
Well,
each game has its own trophy list, and then it has a separate trophy list for the Legendary Edition.
Right, and it was a really big deal, because the thing is that the first game, like for the very first time for PlayStation, it carried over to the second game. Like previously, that was not a thing. Oh, look at him go! Yeah, there you go, Carl. God, that's good looking. I still have that. It's in storage. That's good looking stuff. But yeah, no, everything carried over fluidly. And
I just wanted to show it off. Like, it's exactly what you think it is, Neo. It is.
I bought it
same thing. Yeah.
I bought it brand new at a GameStop at 8 p.m. at night, waiting in line. I'm not joking.
Yeah,
that's how much I loved Mass Effect.
The only difference with that version versus the Legendary is it doesn't have all the downloadable content for 3.
Yeah, that was.
And it was on the PlayStation 3, and it played like ass.
I didn't have any problems. I didn't have it. No, I had no problems with the game on the.
I mean, it's
on
not going to be as great
PlayStation
as a
3.
computer, but or anything like that, or an
I
Xbox,
did not
but
expect this type of pushback from that like off-color joke, but I appreciate
You
it,
played
gentlemen.
like ass. Is it because earlier it said Ass Effect? Like, is that what it was?
No. I just I have a
But-
love-hate relationship with the PlayStation 3. I love to hate it.
Oh yeah, no, I love to hate it too, but at the same time, I love it. To love it, I don't know, it's weird. I think it's incredible as backwards compatible, and I've had to replace a couple. Each time, it's been harder and harder to find a backwards compatible 80 gigabyte.
You know what? At the end of the day, because I just like my slim version of the PS3 better. They work. You know, it is so much
I mean,
more hassle with the big fat ones. They always
I
have
mean,
issues.
I have a slim version. It's the one that I actually use to like stream movies from and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
play just like standard games. Like, but if I wanted backwards compatibility to play PlayStation 2 or 1, I mean, I pulled out the big old chunky 80 gigabytes.
I just get the PlayStation 2. They're easier to maintain.
Oh
Plus,
yeah, well,
and plus your Slim can play PS1 games, as we learned from Dude.
I didn't. Well, yeah, I did not know that time. But yeah, no, my original PlayStation 2 is probably because again, this was the house that I grew up in that I took over I'm taking over the mortgage. It's probably downstairs somewhere in a box. I need to yank that motherfucker out.
You
Sorry,
know what?
Neo, the language. My bad.
You've been doing good tonight. So, Canadian says Octopath Traveler now has a double pack on Switch. Now 1 plus 2 are on the same cart. I would think that one counts, but I don't really know anything about Octopath Traveler and whether what they originally launched on and if they made any changes to it. But I would think so. So, all right, John, what about you? You had a little bit of time to mull it over.
Yeah, so one of my favorite collections, and it was actually a game I never played before.
Yeah.
Everything okay? Oh.
My mic is being weird. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, my mic just had an issue. Sorry.
Okay. We're like, Carl, you okay?
Yeah.
You had a stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mic did have a stroke. You're correct.
Do not die on me, Banana Man.
Banana Man.
But the Sly Cooper collection on the PS3 was fantastic. I never played those games on the PS2. They did a bit of a facelift, like a graphical upgrade, fixed the controls a bit, and I absolutely loved. I loved it. I thought it was great. It's one of my favorite collections to this day, and I had never played it before. I had no experience. I knew nothing about it. And yeah, it was a blast. I think I even got a code for the Vita version of it as well, which was another reason why I picked it up. So that one, another one I haven't played yet, but this kind of goes with again with the preservation of games, and then of course the ridiculous expensiveness of certain types of games. So it's hard to go back and collect, but on the PS4 they did a dot hack GU, and it's like 4 games. It's 4 PS2 games that they I don't want to say remastered, but they cleaned it up a little bit, redid the controls or whatever. And I mean, each of these games it's 4 RPGs, so you're looking at easily 200 hours if you're just skating through the story. Japanese RPGs, you're gonna get your bang for your buck for $40 or $50, whatever I paid for it. And I always wanted to play the games because they connected. On the PS4, you used the same save card, and your progress from Volume 1 to Volume 2 would transfer over, and so on and so forth. So,
This is true.
Doing the Mass Effect thing to a degree before the Mass Effect.
Yeah, I've mentioned how
out.
For Mass Effect, that was the first time I ever saw it, where your choices carry over to the next game. I was like, I'm sure there are probably games that did it before, but Mass Effect was the first one that I ever saw that did it. So I did not know Dot Hack did it.
Yeah,
Dot Hack did it because they were made all these video games in less than 1 calendar year.
Yeah, when they release? Yeah, it was released every few months, like the next volume. Like
That's
I
crazy.
can't remember, but yeah. So those are two that like really stick out to me as ones that I one that I had no idea what I was getting into when I bought it and absolutely loved it. And I think Sly Cooper is a really good series that people kind of forget about. And Sony did a good job doing some bundles like that. I think they did Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank as well, which I thought was fantastic. Just bringing those PS2 games over, giving them a nice facelift, modernizing the controllers for the time. And I really and then they were like only like $30 or $40. So if you're on a budget, that's like 3 games for $40 is a really sweet deal.
Well, they also did that to Vita as well. They ported like all 3 of those to Vita as well.
Right. So if you had a Vita, then you would get them for both, which was also fantastic as well. So
yeah, you know what? Another collection, because I'm looking at my little monument of sin over here. One that I thought was really cool that was for the PS3 as well was the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection that they released.
They did a good job on that.
Yeah, they did 2 different games from good old Japan Studios.
I miss Japan Studios.
A lot of people do, including myself.
The collections that you mentioned a minute ago, John, are all ones that if I had ever had a PlayStation, I would absolutely gotten and played. The Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, and Sly Cooper. I know I would have enjoyed all of those. So maybe I do plan to play some, if not all of those, someday. Or going back for playing them for. I think pretty much all of them have retro achievements at this point. So once I get into my physical collecting, which will be starting soon, maybe I'll finally go back and play all those old games that I missed out on as a kid.
That Sly Cooper series is sneaky good. I didn't think I was gonna have as much fun.
I love stealth games, so
there's some stealth, and you can just play it. Like, I don't know. I just had so much fun with it, and it was so colorful and bright.
They're great games.
Super. I just can't have. It's so sad that nobody remembers. It's
They've
like
all
one of
been
those
ported
games
to the PS5. Sorry.
Did they get ported as like
all
games?
the first 3 of them did. Yes.
Oh, good. Oh, you have to have like extra though.
No, they're like $10 a pop.
Oh, well then there you go. I might have to go buy them.
Nice.
There you go.
And Dude says nowadays PC is a great choice to play PS1 and PS2. Most emulators can even read from the disc as long as you still have a disc reader. And if you don't, you can get a USB disc reader for super cheap. I think I got mine for like $10. So
yeah, that's no fun.
That way you can for Dude and I, that's the way you can play them for retro achievements. So but as for myself, the first thing that popped into my head when thinking about this question was the Master Chief Collection, one of the greatest collections of games, because they're all because it has Halos 1 through 4 and Reach and ODST, and up until just recently, it was the game that had more achievements than any other game in the Xbox ecosystem, but it just recently got passed a couple weeks ago by Elder Scrolls Online. Now has more achievements than Master Chief Collection, but it has a great collection of games, and you can play them. It's got all the multiplayers as well, so that is an excellent collection, and you can get it on sale for like $10. So that is a great use of $10. Probably the first collection game I bought and is also an excellent collection was the Orange Box. Came with Half-Life 2 episodes 1 and 2, and was the introduction of Portal, which is my favorite puzzle game, and then Team Fortress 2 as well, but it didn't really make a whole lot of sense to play that game on 360. That's more of a PC game, and it's still going strong to this day. So that was probably the first collection I played. One that I've recently, like within the last year or so, I've put a lot of time into, and is an excellent collection / remaster of older games. Is the Tony Hawk 1+2 collection. Was fantastic. That was the game I had the most hours in 2024.
I still suck at those games,
but
they're fun. I'm terrible at them.
So that could be on your list of games that you suck at that you still really enjoy.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. So.
And then I'm currently doing Tony Hawk 3+4 right now, and I'll put a lot of hours into that. But of the two collections, 1+2 is probably better. And then another one that I was a huge fan of, because I'm a huge fan of Mega Man, is the Mega Man X Legacy Collection that has all 8 Mega Man X games. 6 is so basically after 4, everyone says they suck. Well, actually, but 5 is still pretty good. It's not as good as the first 4. 6 is not great. 7 is terrible, but X8 is pretty good. I enjoyed X8. So they did break it up into volumes 1 and 2, so you could buy them separately, but it's really like one collection of all 8. But because Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3 are my favorite Super Nintendo games, I had to put that one on there. So if I had to pick one, that would be a tough choice because there's so many good games in all of these collections. If I had to pick one to play going forward, it would probably be Master Chief Collection, just because there's so much content in it. But if I had to pick one of which one's my favorite, probably Mega Man X Legacy Collection, just because I love Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3 so much. So, but those are all some of my favorite collection games. So, looking at chat, dude says Sly Cooper also got a collection re-release on PS3 as well. Canadian says one of the greatest poorly put together collections. I don't know which one he's referring to.
The Halo
collection.
My only gripe with the Master Chief Collection is it doesn't have the original ODST firefight. I don't like the newer firefight modes. It has the maps, but it doesn't have it plays whatever the rules of firefight in ODST are different than what they are in that collection.
I did not know that, but I haven't spent much time in firefight.
Yeah, it's not the same firefight as it was on the 360, which is a bummer. But that's just me. Because also I had great memories, spending hours upon hours grinding out those ridiculous achievements. So.
Yeah, I remember when we got that. There was that one where you had to beat the
It's 100 levels, pretty much.
Yeah, it's because there was a set, and each set had 5
levels
chapters, and each chapter was made up of 5 waves or something like that.
Yeah,
and
then it had
an entire, which is or you had to complete 2 or 3 sets or something. That was
ridiculous.
nuts, and I remember that one. That was epic when we beat it.
Dude, the sense of relief of finishing that. I think it was like a 4 to 6 hour grind if you wanted to do this, something like that. It was rough. You had to be there, and then you had to plan bathroom breaks in between waves, and with friends and stuff.
And you had to be pretty good too, because you had a shared pool of lives.
Yes, and ammo was pretty. You had to be grabbing guns and stuff off the enemies, and
when we did that, we were all out of lives, and we were all dead except for one. There was one person alive, no lives left, and there was 2 or 3 brutes left. We're all sitting on the edge of our seat. We're don't screw this up, don't screw this up. And he killed the last brute. And we were all it was like that meme where you see all the people at the bar looking at the giant TV.
Yeah,
and the whole bar goes crazy.
That's exactly how I felt when I beat it. Dude says you can play the classic set style, and that's cool. You can do it in custom, but I wanted it in public because I just want to jump. Okay. I want to jump into a public. I would totally be happy jumping into a rando lobby just to relive those memories. I don't want to have to dig through the custom profiles to find the right game mode.
Okay, so I did not know that. So he says that
I'm sure somebody made it. Obviously, fixed it up, but.
Yeah, so you're saying the classic ODST firefight is in custom games, but not in public in Master Chief Collection. I did not know that, so good to know. So, Lois says that Japan studio closure will always be one of PlayStation's biggest L's, and also one of the collections is how I got into Metal Gear Solid, the PS3 collection with 2, 3, and Peace Walker. So, cool. All right. Let's see here. Oh, dang it. Helps if I have my cursor in the right spot. So, next topic on the agenda tonight is this is from a personal experience I had earlier this year. Yes, it was earlier this year, and so I threw it on the list of topics at some point. And I'm like, you know what? I want to talk about that now. So I threw it on the list of topics for tonight. And so that is, what's the worst DLC you've ever played? So the inspiration for this question was from the game Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So I 100%ed this game in like 2021. And then last summer, June of 2024, they released a DLC for this game. And it plays almost nothing like the original game. It's basically like a standalone game that should be like inspired by it, but it plays so differently. I despise this DLC to its core, and I hated every second I played it because I had to after releasing the DLC, after I had it, I then lost my completion of it. So I had to complete the DLC in order to recomplete it. And I hated this DLC with a passion because playing through Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, you get all these upgrades and you're like flying around the game like super fast paced. And you're basically like a god in the game. But then the DLC, you play as a completely different character. You don't have anything that you had, obviously, because you're a different character. So you don't have any of the same equipment, anything. And although it looks like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, it plays like the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon games. And the Curse of the Moon games look and play like original NES Castlevania. It's very like the movement is very slow, and like once you jump, you're committed to the jump. You can't like turn around. You can't do anything basically until you land again. So it looks like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, but it plays like the classic Castlevania / Castlevania Curse of the Moon. And I just despised it. Your attack is ridiculously slow. It's super short range. The map is one of the worst maps I've ever seen in a game. It doesn't give you any indication of where you need to go or how to get there, what you're supposed to do. It was just awful beyond awful. I hated this DLC with a passion. So, and I'm going to be playing the game again for the Windows stack at some point. So at least now I know more about it going into it. And there was a couple things that I didn't realize about it until I was like basically done with the DLC that would have cut the time down drastically. So next time I do it, it won't be as bad, but I'm definitely not looking forward to playing that DLC again. But curious from you guys if there are any DLCs that you guys just really did not like. So, Ryan, do you have a DLC that you did not like? I have a feeling the answer is probably no, because I don't even know if you played that many DLCs. Are you there? All right, Ryan's not there.
He might not be back yet.
So, did he say BRB? I was.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Oh,
yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to the chat. So, all right, then, Carl, do you got a DLC that you were not a fan of?
What? That's a good question.
So while
there was a lot of DLCs that I would say were kind of, done up weirdly. Like I think the Spider-Man DLCs and all that stuff were not as satisfying. The Dragon Age
Insomniac's Spider-Man?
Yeah, Dragon Age 2 and stuff like that. There was a lot of like DLCs I would say that just didn't make necessarily the best impressions to me, but I don't recall feeling like I ever hated stuff like that, Like I don't think there was a DLC I can recall that I actually hated. More so like I thought was mediocre at best,
Okay.
Because generally speaking, a lot of DLCs that I've played, I like because I like to have more of the story added to them.
Yeah. Like the Bloodstained, if it actually continued with your character and continued a little bit more of the story, it would have been much better. But they basically changed everything with Bloodstained DLC, so it's almost nothing like the original game. That's why I hated it so much. So maybe there was not so much something that you hated, but maybe there was a DLC that like really pissed you off, maybe because of some of the like DLC practices that have been. So like I have one that was I'm going to talk about another one before we move on to the next topic, but it was a DLC where they basically cut the real ending of the game off and sold it as DLC. So maybe something along those lines.
So for me, it was more so like it's just that It's just that there's some DLCs that you could feel like they were like cut content that they were trying to work with and couldn't figure out into the story. So they went back and did more work to it. But even then, some of it just didn't feel that great. Like, I think more so, I don't like DLCs that are like just like they add a car or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I don't, like I said, there's been some DLCs that have made games better. Like, in my opinion, all the Dragon Age Inquisition DLC is much better than the actual base game of Dragon Age Inquisition.
Okay.
But there's just like a DLC has never really like I've like had like a whole issue with like them doing something like that. You know, it's not supposed to be like a full game. It's not supposed to be a brand new game. You know, like it's just more so like this is supposed to add on to the life cycle of a game you already love and that. And generally speaking, you know, a lot of gamers love replaying games. Gamers like to just live in those universes. If you can get like another chapter to the story and you only have to pay like 10 to 20 bucks extra for it, I don't have an issue with that.
Okay. So got some mentions in chat. Lois says Min Min is the worst Super Smash Brothers DLC. Canadian says he agrees, but he thinks the Pyramithra one was even worse. Too many weirdos came out after that release. And Noah says, I almost never buy DLC. I don't know what weirdos, but I hate Pyramithra 2, one of the worst characters to fight against. I've only played a little bit of Ultimate, but I like those characters, especially since, because there was originally Sheik/Zelda was one character, but in Ultimate, they split them into two separate characters, so you can't switch between them. And this kind of filled that gap of like one character, you can switch between two different characters. But I kind of like that. But he says he has a hate boner for Xenoblade. What about you, John? Have you had any DLCs that you were not a fan of?
Well, yeah, I mean, the obvious one that everyone can make fun of is the Elder Scrolls Oblivion
The
Golden
horse armor.
Yeah. But actually mine was Mad Moxie's Underdome in Borderlands 1.
Oh, that's a good one, because I'm gonna have to play through that again at some point, and it was not fun the first time.
No, it's terrible, and it was like coordinating with friends and going, okay, who's the one person that's going to be the lowest possible level to sit and hide while everybody else, does hours of work for absolutely no reward at all. So that at least with like the Secret Armory at General Knox, you had Cromarax, you had all the chests that you could open. Like at least there was something to go
Some
for.
loot for it.
Right, the Zombie Island of Dr. Zed was also just a fun one to just play, because it was a good story. It was a fun story. It was different. It was Halloween themed or whatever. So yeah, that's a terrible DLC. That's probably like number one on my list.
That's a good answer.
Ones that I want to say like games that I'm disappointed with their DLC was specifically the Arkham trilogy of games. I didn't want the battle rooms. I hated the battle rooms. I think they're the worst part of the game.
The combat challenges?
Yeah, I wanted more story, and we didn't get a whole lot of good story out of the story DLCs. I think the Selena Kyle DLC is like an hour or two long, maybe, and it's broken up within the second game. The first game didn't get any story DLC, and then the third one, you can beat those story missions in like an hour easy. It was mostly just challenge, the fighting rooms and stuff like that. And I thought those games were so good that they could have done a lot more with the story content for those downloadable content. It just felt like it was kind of like second, like they didn't care. They just wanted to make money. It's easy to take a section from the game and put bad guys in it, and then sell it to you for $10.
Okay. So yeah, Arkham Asylum didn't have any DLC, but yeah, Arkham City had the Catwoman bundle, which oh yeah. So they added new characters, and it was for the most part, it was just new combat challenges and Predator challenges. There was Catwoman, Nightwing, Robin, and Harley Quinn's Revenge was a story DLC.
Right. So that
it's
one,
like 2 to 3
like,
hours. It's super short.
Right. And then the Catwoman is story DLC. But it's it's interwoven into the actual game. It was one of those. It was one of those when it came out on 360 PS3. It was to entice people not to buy the game used.
Oh,
So
it was that time where they were trying to curb secondhand sales, because I played through the Return to Arkham City, which is the remaster. What I played through that last year, and those Catwoman levels are actually where they take place in the story. So it's not like you play the game and then you switch over and you play the Catwoman levels. And you just have to remember where it took place in the story. You actually switch back and forth where it falls in the story. So it makes a lot more sense that way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because that's always the way I just remember that was that time period. So that was their way. It was basically cut game content. It was going to be in the game, and they're just like, oh, this is just try to entice you to not buy the game used.
Arkham Origins had 2 DLCs, Initiation, which was just a combat / Predator challenge. But then there was also the Cold Heart, which was Mr. Freeze DLC. That was pretty good.
I think I got to like the first boss on that game, and I was just like, this game's too much. The difficulty spike on that game is insane for me. So I just said,
that's that one wasn't by Rocksteady.
No, it wasn't.
That's
why I don't consider it part of that.
I like that game, and I think it doesn't get as much recognition as it should. I think it's still a good game.
I would love. I do have it on Steam. I got it for like $1.99 or whatever. So I'd like to give it a try again. Maybe I was just not good at games then, and maybe that was really it. I just needed to get good.
It's arguably the easiest because early on you get the shot gloves, and the shot gloves make the game like a cakewalk. So
yeah, I think it's just getting past Bloodshot that first time is a little gnarly. Deathstroke. Yeah, sorry, I don't know. I'm not a DC guy. So
yeah, I blanked on his name for a second. I'm like, wait, Deathstroke is one of, if not the first boss, and I'd played that one a lot because there was an achievement for beating it without taking damage, and I got it, but it took a while.
Yeah, that guy's gnarly. But yeah, those two definitely really come to mind, and as far as like what's the worst.
Then there's Arkham Knight, and that one has a crap load of DLC, but it's kind of a balance between like story DLC, because there's like A Matter of Family. There was but
those are also
DLC.
Really tiny short, like hour, 2 hours max on those.
And then there's a bunch of like Riddler challenges and races and combat challenges and stuff. So yeah.
And those are great if you package those in with meatier content that's worth, $10 or $20, because the amount of that's like, I think it has like 26 different DLCs if you don't buy the season pass, and they're all in the range of like $5 to $15 a pop, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but
they range from like a couple dollars to
oh yeah, some of them are a few bucks because it's just like a single costume or a single car.
Yeah.
Right, but like the bundles,
usually get them in a bundle for like super cheap if you're.
Yeah, but when it came out, it was still like, man, that adds up. Like
exactly.
That's where it felt like, okay, now you're just kind of nickel and diming, and you're not. Now you're just trying to milk it for as much money as you can.
Yep, that's completely understandable.
I believe PlayStation was the only one that had the Scarecrow missions, but they might have changed that when they did the Arkham collection.
Oh, PlayStation originally was the only one that had Joker as a playable character, but they added Joker into the Return to Arkham bundle which is available on Xbox One and
I think
PS4.
the Scarecrow missions were, if I remember correctly, because I was working at GameStop at the time, I believe the Scarecrow missions were pre-order bonuses.
Okay, that could be because I didn't even know there were Scarecrow missions. But what's up, Ariel? Good to see you.
Yeah, there are Scarecrow, but they're the same things. Well, they're just like different variations of
levels that already exist
what's in the game. Right? Yeah, if I remember correct. It's been so long, but
Ryan, are you there now?
Start playing the Titanic song. He's dead, boys.
Still gone. So, all right. So one other DLC that, well, actually, there's multiple DLCs for this game, but another game that I also wanted to rant on, and the podcast I mentioned earlier, Achievement Hunting 101, where I got the idea for the collection game. I recorded a segment a couple of years ago with, I think it was with Elroy OMJ, because he does a segment every once in a while called One List, Two List, Bad List, Good List, and it's where you each talk about a game that has a really good achievement list and then a game that has a really bad achievement list. And this was the game that I was like, hey, I want to come on and talk about this game because the achievement list is so bad. And that is Azura's Wrath, or Asura, as he's called in the game. So the game itself is pretty cool. If you just want to play through it for the story, I would recommend it. But the achievement list and the DLC is trash. He said he just DM'd me saying that he's having some internet issues. But there was one.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now. Yes,
we are back.
Oh, Ariel says she pushed you off the tabletop. There wasn't any room. So
what does that mean?
I don't know.
I said because you died and we had to play the Titanic song.
Oh, it's not a tabletop, it's a door.
Of course you would know that.
Yeah, because the Titanic is my favorite piece of history, and like I know also at the same time too, neither one of them they couldn't both fit on the door, just for the record.
They myth busted that.
They did myth bust that, but they did it wrong. You know why? Because
I haven't seen it. I just know that
because they were in the Pacific Ocean, which is warmer than the North Atlantic, and they were wearing wetsuits. But the door sunk into the frigid water about 6 inches, which means you would freeze to death from hypothermia.
Ah, okay.
So those fucking jackasses on the Discovery Channel are fucking losers.
I feel like this needs to be followed up. Lord, I apologize for calling the Mythbusters jackasses.
They are jackasses.
Along with those starving pygmies down there in New Guinea. Amen.
So, all right. So
I liked Mythbusters, by the way, until they got to that, and I was like, dude, you guys are wrong. Like you did it wrong. Like where in the movie were they wearing wetsuits?
So,
sorry, all right, my bad.
Legal reasons? I don't think they had those.
That would be my guess.
It is legal reasons, which should make you realize that if they have to wear those for legal and safety insurance reasons, it's because it's dangerous and it's cold.
Well, everything's dangerous and cold.
Not like the North Atlantic.
All right, so
Neil's like
continuing on with my story.
Neil's like, shut up.
So Azura's Wrath, there were 3 DLCs for it. The first was a story DLC, and this is what I was referring to a few minutes ago. They cut the ending of the game off and sold it back to you as DLC. So the actual ending of the game wasn't even in the game. So that was one huge giant red flag middle finger. Thanks a lot, Capcom, because they published it. But even worse than that, especially coming from, my goal was to complete it and get all the achievements. The other 2 DLCs were not story DLCs, just like the Bloodstained, although even more so, because the Bloodstained, it played differently. It was still a 2D platformer Metroidvania, the DLC. It's just the way it played was very different than the main game. In Azura's Wrath, it's an on-rails, like 3D beat 'em up. The other 2 DLCs that came out after the story DLC completely shifted genres, and it was no longer a 3D on-rails beat 'em up. It was a 2D fighting game, which I am not good at. And that, like we were talking about earlier, games that you like that you're not good at. I like Smash Bros, but like actual traditional fighting games, I don't play them because I don't like them and I'm not good at them, and that's why I don't like them. It turned into a 2D fighting game, and it is a completely different genre from the rest of the game. And in order to complete it, you have to do all these different challenges. And some of these challenges were like stupid hard unless you're like really good at fighting games, which I'm not. So I was very, very mad at the DLC for Azura's Wrath. And so that's why I went on that 1 list, 2 list segment with Elroy, because I wanted to rant about how bad the achievements are in that game. So I was not happy with any of the 3 DLCs for that game. The game itself is pretty good. And it's basically like playing an anime. It was pretty cool, super crazy, over the top ridiculousness. That part was pretty great. But the DLC, cutting the end of the game off and selling it back to you, and then the other 2 DLCs have nothing to do with story and just change genres to a 2D fighter. I was very, very mad at this game. So that was the other inspiration for this question. I was like, you know what? I want to rant about it on Party Chat, so I put it on the list today. So. All right, so last topic for the night is, as usual, talking about our favorite games from a certain year. And tonight we are talking about our favorite games from 2010.
Mass Effect 2, it's my favorite game of all time. It came out this year. Goat game, great game, love it, said so much about it. Also, special shout out to God of War 3. That's all I got, peace.
I knew yours was going to be Mass Effect 2. I did not realize how good of a year 2010 was.
Oh, man, 2010 is such a great year.
Of great games, so... I'm going to go last because I have a bunch that I want to mention. I knew Carl was going to say Mass Effect 2 because I knew that's his favorite game of all time, and it came out in 2010. I just did not realize there were so many good games in 2010. So, John, what we'll do is what I've been trying to make a habit of is just going around each giving our favorite game from 2010. And then after that, we'll just talk about other games that we really enjoyed from 2010. So if you had to pick one game from 2010, what was your favorite?
Dude, that's not fair. It's such a good year. Rock Band 3.
Rock Band 3, yep.
But that's within like my wheelhouse of what I just love doing anyways. So if I'm not cheating, because I think that's cheating, but that was my favorite game of the year.
That's not cheating.
So, but yeah, so I'll just leave it at that then. If you say it's not cheating, then I'm going with Rock Band.
No, absolutely works. So, then we'll talk about some more stuff from 2010. But Ryan, if you had to pick one game from 2010, what was your favorite?
Oh, well, this is just going to be a repeat of what Carl said. It's Mass Effect 2. But I have 3 honorable mentions after the fact because I love them also.
All right. No surprise, Mass Effect's my favorite franchise of all time. Mass Effect 2 is also my favorite game from 2010, but I have a lot of good ones. So, Ryan, why don't you give us your honorable mentions from 2010?
Well, I'm going to start with this because I actually was more excited about it at the time because I had more experience in the franchise. I wasn't into Mass Effect yet, so it was StarCraft 2: Wings of Liberty.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I was a big StarCraft fan. It came out on July 27th of 2010. I think it still holds up pretty solidly. I don't think it's as good as the original 2 games, but that's okay. It's still a lot of fun. And I think, and also I do believe that it is actually free on what is it? At Battle.net. I think it's free on Battle.net as well.
Is that like a special promotion, or is it just like always?
No, I think it's just free always because it's been out for so long, since 2010. The StarCraft games are at least when I downloaded them, they were free.
Yeah, I think the original game's free. The remastered or enhanced version you have to pay for. But
yeah,
the OG game, the OG version is free.
Look, I'm gonna kind of be a grumpy little old man here. Who the fuck wants to play remaster? Play the original. Let's go.
So
Neil's like, oh, no, I might want to play the remaster.
I haven't played a lot of StarCraft, so I don't know, but I would think that I would want to play the remaster, but I'd have to play them both to decide.
I mean, it makes sense. You're not Korean.
Oh, wow.
I am not. Lois says Rock Band 3 is also his favorite from 2010. So, Carl, I think you said God of War 3 as well, right? Was that 2010?
Yeah, that I can't speak for
audio again.
Possibly, but yes, that did come out. That did come out in 2010.
I'm sure I would have loved that game if I ever had played it. I do plan to play the God of War games in their entirety at some point. I just don't know when. Oh, sorry, Ryan. Did you have any other honorable mentions?
Oh yeah, no, I mean I thought maybe we were going to bounce it around, but okay. So my second one again because I was closer to the franchise at the time doesn't mean I don't love all of these games. Was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. They actually
Okay.
remastered. I wouldn't maybe remade is a better way to
I
put
would
it.
say remakes. I don't think the one from 2010 really had much to do with the original Hot Pursuit.
No, it didn't. So it was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. It was a lot of fun again because the original I remember, just running from the police, and my friend and I we loved to do that. It was just so much fun because I always wanted to be a cop, but he never wanted to be a cop, but he always liked fast cars, and I liked fast cars, so we would run from the police, and it would be a lot of fun. And of course, you get the spike strips going. Then, of course, Hot Pursuit. The original Hot Pursuit led into Underground, Underground 2, Most Wanted, Undercover. Like it launched so many different pursuit versions of Need for Speed, and they just got better and better, in my opinion. So,
Nice. Okay. And
and I can do one though. And the last one I'm going to do. I was late to the game. Is going to be Red Dead Redemption.
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 Uh, so I do own the one for the PlayStation, but I also do own it. Oh, no, that's incorrect. I do not own it yet on Steam because the remastered version is more than two. Red Dead Redemption 2. I got Red Dead Redemption 2 recently, like a month ago, and it was on sale for like 65% off. And like the remastered version is like $80. And I'm like,
jeez,
yeah, it's like, why? Like, what are you talking about here?
that's crazy.
It's called Psycho, but sure. But yes, StarCraft 2, from what I understand, if you have a battle.net account, it looks like it's free.
Okay. Cool.
So
Good to
yeah,
know.
StarCraft 2 free to play. There it is.
All right. Oh, Lois came in with a correction. He says, no, wait, Nier came out on PS3 in 2010. That's my favorite. All right. So, Carl, sounds like your audio's working again.
Yeah, I've been just having nothing but tech issues with my PC lately, but
It's because he's
Yeah.
not Asian.
I'm a Luddite. That's the correct term.
So, I think you said God of War 3 also came out in 2010.
God of War 3 did come out in 2010. So did Halo Reach, and so did a little game called Costume Quest.
Oh, okay. I've played 2. I haven't played 1.
One's pretty fun. They got also a DLC that ties into number 2. So, like, you kind of, I think on Xbox they're like 99 cents, like for the DLC, so it's not that expensive now.
Yeah, I have Costume Quest 1. I just haven't played it.
It's short. You beat it in a day. I was shocked by how short it was.
Okay. Yeah, the fact that because I just played 2 earlier this year, because it was one that I had sitting on my gamer tag like half completed. I'm like, I need to go and finish that off because it wasn't terribly long. So, but I've heard that the first one's better, so maybe I need to go back and play that one.
First one's charming, really fun. Like I said, I also played it earlier this year, as you know, and I did enjoy it. I saw that it had DLC, and I have the DLC. I just haven't started it yet.
Okay.
But yeah, the DLC leads directly into Costume Quest 2.
Okay.
Just a little correction. Red Dead Redemption on Steam, it has been corrected. It was like $79.99. They have corrected it to $49.99 because it was released in 10/29/2024. So, but that was a mistake. I do remember seeing. I was going, dude, what? And I thought, I don't know. I was like, okay, well, it's newer than Red Dead Redemption 2, so I guess the remastered version makes sense. But no, they've corrected it.
Okay. Good.
There you go.
Much more palatable.
Yes. 40% off, by the way, if you want to buy it. But I do 60% off because I'm cheap.
Me too. Carl, any others that you wanted to mention?
Nah.
Okay. All right, John, you got what are some of the other games that you really enjoyed from 2010?
Man, I was working at GameStop too during this year, so I bought so many games. The one that I struggled with outside of Rock Band 3 was Alan Wake.
Struggled with
as far as picking my favorite from the year.
I wasn't sure if you meant like it was tough to pick or you had a hard time playing the game.
I love Alan Wake. I love that Remedy universe.
Yes, sir.
I
forgot it also released in 2010. Sorry.
Yeah, and I grew up watching The Twilight Zone as a kid, and so like,
is Alan Wake your favorite from the Remedy verse?
I don't know. Alan Wake 2 is actually is fantastic. I think I would take Alan Wake 2 over Alan Wake 1. Although I love Alan Wake 1.
My favorite is Control.
Control's fantastic. Quantum, what is it?
Quantum Break.
Which they say is not part of the universe only because Microsoft owns it.
No.
But
they're tied together.
It's in there. Alan Wake's in there in the whole game. And that's a fantastic game too. I love it.
I like that game.
Yeah, that game does not get the love it should. I have
if you install everything for that game, it's massive. If you download like all the HD or super texture packs and all of the cutscenes for the show, it's like
totally worth it.
It's like 180 gigabytes. It's huge.
Yeah, totally worth it though.
That was the problem though. It was the TV show aspect. That was the big part.
Yeah, that took up like 86 gigs or something like that. I think was the TV show part. Yeah, it was big. So I have kind of like a mix of like big games and small games. Bad Company 2 came out that year, so like that's gonna be in there for me. Obviously Mass Effect 2. I really liked White Knight Chronicles, which was a PS3 RPG.
Yeah, that's why you didn't hear about it.
Oh, PS3 and it's an RPG. Is it JRPG?
Yep.
It's closer to like Quest 64 though.
Oh, okay.
In the
I haven't played it, but I know about it because dude just played it recently and he told me about it.
Right. Yeah, and so super underrated. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I enjoyed Dante's Inferno.
I always wanted to play it and I never got around to it. I love hack and slash games, so
yeah, it's cool. I don't know. I liked it. I mean, I thought the enemy designs were really, really interesting, and I remember it was pretty controversial at the time because they had you killing demon babies, and there was a big kind of uproar about that at the time that game came out. So
sounds about right for the time.
Another one of my top games for 2025 was Heavy Rain.
2010, you mean?
Or 2010, yeah. Sorry, 2010, yeah. Which I know a lot of people didn't like.
Fan of the David Cage games?
I like the story, especially once you get past that opening, which is very long. But if you get past the opening, that's how it connects you to the game, and then after that, it's crazy.
I didn't mind Heavy Rain. I just thought Indigo Prophecy was drastically better of a game for being so much older. But I was okay with that Heavy Rain. I'm a big fan of like noir detective films, and it had that kind of feeling to the game. It was a little bit darker. It even almost had some Alfred Hitchcock vibes in some of the things that you had to do. So I really liked that. I thought it was different and unique. I like somebody doing something different than everything else that was coming out at the time. And then some quickly ones that I can remember off the top of my head, like Singularity came out.
I bought that recently, but I haven't played it yet because I've just heard it's like you need to play it because I've heard it's really good.
Yeah. I've talked to Carl about this one, but Yakuza 3. I think I did like 12 hours and I had no idea I was 12 hours deep into a game when I started. And I haven't gone back because I haven't gone back because I have kids. And I'm like, I don't want them to die on my watch. So, but some of the smaller games too that I liked, there's just so many good games this year. But I really liked there was a game called Section 8. Which
I was so stoked for that game. Then I played the demo and I lost all interest in it.
And you know what? And then from the demo to the game, it got better. Huh. So the demo was just one of those things where it was like it was a bad demo because the game was not like the demo.
Okay.
And they fixed a lot of the issues. And for like $10, it was like a damn good deal.
It was a sweet looking game. It was mainly an online multiplayer shooter though. So
yeah, something that I normally wouldn't do, but I had fun.
So John, have you played Chicken Police yet?
I haven't. I have not played it, but I haven't.
There you go.
And they have
you gotta do that one. It's a noir game.
Yeah,
but like
with
everyone's
animals.
a chicken.
Yeah, chicken. There's a couple of games like that have animal themed, but they're all detective. The detective talking to himself and smoking cigarettes and stuff.
But yeah,
A
Section
game-
8, there are 16 discontinued achievements for them online, but it looks like you can still play the campaign, but I think it was kind of like Titanfall, where the single player is just basically the multiplayer, but with bots. I don't think it has an actual campaign, but I could be wrong about that.
No, I think you're right. It's been a long time. 3D dot Game Heroes was also one of my favorites that came out that year, and especially for fans that like the Legend of Zelda, it was awesome. Highly recommend.
What was that one called?
It's called 3D and then DOT dot Game Heroes, and
never heard of that one either.
yeah, it's awesome. If you can find it, if you can find a version that's playable on the PC, I highly recommend it.
Okay, I was gonna say, what was that on?
Just PlayStation 3, I believe. I don't think it's on. I don't think it's anywhere else. Let me double check, but I don't think it came out any.
Okay. While you're checking that, lowest expectations. Also, Xenoblade 1 came out in Japan in 2010, so that'll be another pick because he was saying how he likes Xenoblade 1 and X, but not 2. He apparently hates Xenoblade 2.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it came on anything else other than only on Play. It's got the only on PlayStation on the cover, so there you go. And then Death Spank.
I know of that game, but I've never played it.
Yeah, and they had Death Spank actually had like 2 games come out that year. Yeah, and the Throne.
It was an arcade game.
Yeah, it came out on Xbox Live Arcade. Yeah,
both of them did. Baconing and Thongs of Virtue. Were there 3 games?
Yeah, there's 3 games in the whole series. So I just didn't remember if the third one came out.
When the third one came out.
Yeah, if it came out that year.
The Baconing came out in 2011.
Okay, so they only had the first 2, which you can still get on Steam. Like you still and probably GOG.
Interesting. Death Spank, the Thongs of Virtue on Xbox is still available because it's backwards compatible.
Yeah.
But the other 2 are not backwards compatible and they're digital only. So now that the 360 store is shut down, they're no longer available.
Yeah.
So go to Steam if you want to play those.
They're fun. They're fun. They're fun little
action RPG. Oh, is it like Diablo like?
Sort of. But like the world is round, so it moves. It's weird. It's
okay.
Kind
of like the planets
it's an
in
open
like Mario
world.
Galaxy,
like Super Mario Galaxy, kind of, except it's on one giant planet. So that's how they load in the assets. Is that it comes in, as in it's like you're walking on a rolling ball.
Gotcha.
Which I thought, and it's just a really neat, style, and then humor, as well. I want to say Costume Quest. It was like the same studio, but it was done through EA. But I think those
published by EA. It was developed by Hothead Games.
Yeah, but I think those guys were buddies with the guys like from the Costume Quest studio. You know, because a lot of those indies at that time, a lot of those guys were all friends or all worked together at other at other.
Yeah, it's like Costume Quest was Double Fine.
Right. Yeah. So and then the Baconing wasn't done by EA, I don't believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's a different.
The Baconing, published by Valcon Games.
There you go. Yeah.
You're right.
So, yeah. I could go on. I don't want to because I've already taken up enough time. But there were so many great games, and we didn't even talk about all the Connect games that came out that year. Along with the Connect.
Not too many great ones from that.
Oh, fantastic ones. They're all the best.
But yeah, basically almost all the games I have written down have not been mentioned yet, with the exception of Mass Effect 2 and Halo Reach. So other games that I really enjoyed that came out in 2010, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Oh, that's such a great game.
Force Unleashed 2, which I know Nightmare is a huge fan of the Force Unleashed games, but yeah, Lords of Shadow, I like that because that was my first Castlevania game because I like hack and slash, and then I still haven't played a lot of Castlevania games, but that was my first Castlevania game. I know
both one and
it's not a Castlevania game.
Are you kidding me? Both 1 and 2 are fantastic. And
I played Lords of Shadow 2 this year for the first time, and I was like, why did I wait so long? And it's Lords of Shadow 2 is basically a Metroidvania.
Hmm. And I really like the N64 Castlevania, which a lot of people didn't like as well.
Well, there were 2, which I just recently found out that there were 2. But I'm assuming you're
I
talking about
didn't know there were
Castlevania 64.
Probably.
I've heard that's terrible, but I haven't played either.
I liked it. I don't know. I'm weird. I like crap games.
So, Splinter Cell Conviction was 2010, and I really like that one. The Alien, not the original Alien vs Predator, because that came out in like the early 2000s, but there was another Alien vs Predator in 2010. That was a lot of fun.
Yep, that's a remaster, I believe, right?
Not a remaster, but it takes like the same gameplay mechanics and makes like a new game out of it. So it's the new campaign, but it's very similar to the older ones. In that you have a Xenomorph campaign, you have a Predator campaign, and you have a Space Marine campaign. The Telltale Back to the Future game was 2010. That was I really like that one. That's basically Back to the Future 4.
That's what he said. It was 4. It was the script of 4.
Because I looked into it to see, like, is this canon? And technically it's not, but it basically could be.
Yeah, I've been collecting all those Telltale games recently because I've been wanting to play them as well.
What can you play that on?
I played it on 360.
It's
on Steam.
Well, it might be delisted.
It's not.
It's delisted. Back to the Future got delisted.
So you would need to get the.
You need to get a PS3 or 360 copy.
An Xbox or a PlayStation 4. You can play it on PlayStation 4 physically.
There's a physical copy for 360 and Xbox One. They're 2 separate games.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same game, but there's 2 separate versions.
The only reason
it has been delisted, I got it through Games with Gold.
Like a lot of these games are delisted. Like they had a Game of Thrones one, games. Minecraft Story Mode Season 1 and 2.
Yep.
All the licensed
Guardians
ones.
of the Galaxy.
Yeah, like pretty much all the licensed ones. That's like a big issue because
freaking licensing is.
There is one Telltale games that was only physical for the Xbox 360. And that was the Jurassic Park one.
I haven't played that one.
That was fantastic.
And that one's like $70 right now for a physical copy of that one because it was only printed for the 360 as a physical, and it's been delisted since. But like
so irritating. Like why would you take such great games?
It's just licensing. The studio closed down.
Licensing,
that's another thing.
I mean, I talked about it a long time ago when Extra Zero came on open mic, but it's like, why does this crap only apply to video games? It's like you don't have to take a movie off the shelves because the licensing for the music expired. So why is it?
Actually, that's not true. WKRP in Cincinnati, they didn't want to pay for the license, so the show's never been on rerun. And then when they eventually released it on DVD, they removed all the licensed music and replaced it with Muzak.
And what is it you're talking about? What show?
It's a television show from the 70s called WKRP in Cincinnati. And it was
I thought you were saying just the name of a radio station.
Yeah, no. But the TV show was about radio DJs, and they played like Led Zeppelin. They played Kiss on TV, and this was on broadcast TV.
Well, like that makes sense because they're basically like doing a new release of it. So if you're like re-releasing it, that would make sense. But
they took it off from syndication as
okay.
I mean,
because of rights.
It's kind
of seen it though. Like they
though.
delist like TV shows and movies and change them around because studio rights have to actually do it. Like there are, things that get lost off of rights.
Well, I mean,
just now because of the new thing.
Prime example one, Willow from Disney Plus. They had to actually, because Willow season 2 was such a trash fire that they actually they didn't want to pay for the rights of Willow season 1 and 2, so they just kicked it and they shelved it.
And plus like you gotta consider too, a lot of these studios like went out of business and everything else like that too were bought up. They went out of business like almost a decade ago, bro.
Was it that long ago?
I mean, I like some Telltale games, but I did not know they went out of business.
They were revived as Skybound.
Yeah, because
Skybound is The Walking Dead.
Robert
Kirkman, that's his studio. But somebody did buy the company and the name and all that stuff.
Yeah, but they didn't get anything though. Like Wolf Among Us is DC property.
Right. But
DC?
they did just release a game last year They released the Expanse as the new.
Oh, I have that one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was.
So
I
that's the new-
forgot that even existed.
Yeah,
that's how low
That's
key
the
that
new
was.
Telltale game. And they're
I know
supposed
they
to be
got
working on.
I didn't
revived.
realize that was
Yeah.
still Telltale.
Yeah, they're supposed to be working on The Wolf Among Us 2 and some other stuff, but I think they're back in trouble again.
Wolf Among Us 2 is like one of those development hell games. Like people like really want it to happen.
Also, what?
Hey, what's up, Paul? Good to see you,
What's
buddy.
up, Paul?
So we're
Yeah,
almost.
the Expanse game is by the revived Telltale, but it's
Yes.
still not the same.
Yeah.
It's Telltale name only, and I didn't hear anything about this game.
I have it. I just haven't got to play it yet. So I'll let you know as soon as I get
I
to it.
played the first chapter in order to get the achievement for it when I dived the game, and it felt just like all the other Telltale games. So it feels like Telltale, but I've only played it for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. So
It also didn't get a physical release. That's also probably why.
it is digital only.
Yeah, so that's why.
So
But yeah, before we move on there, but yeah, you can, Ryan, you have a PS4. You can go out there and get a disc copy of it and still download them and play them.
Oh no, I know. I mean, I have a PlayStation 2, two PS3s, PlayStation 4. I have all these games and stuff like that. But the thing is, though, is that they're in storage because I haven't really had room to put them in said domicile. But now that I have a lot of, not a lot of space. There's things that need to go, and some things from my childhood too.
All your old
because,
porno mags.
Anyway,
Yeah, finally let them go, bro.
Yeah.
Farrah Fawcett's been dead for a
No,
long
no,
time, man. You can let it go.
wait, she's dead?
no, it's
Yeah, she's been dead for
Yeah,
like almost,
dude.
I think, 2 decades.
I know the name. I really have no idea who that is.
oh god.
So,
Somebody kick him. Kick
here, I'll
him
kick
now.
myself.
See yourself out. Thank you. now it's the inmates run the asylum quick.
Yeah. No. I have a storage box, a U box that's actually been in Florida for like the last 2.5 years. I just haven't brought it here because it's I didn't have room for it, and so I mean I got to pay $1,500 to
Jeez.
truck it across the United States. But well, I mean it is cheaper than renting a U-Haul truck. By far, a U-Haul truck from said distance from Tampa, Florida to here would have been about $2,800, and that's not including a trailer to
Just
tow
rent
a
a
car.
pickup truck from Home Depot. Same
It-
thing.
I don't think that works the same way. No, I think Home
I don't
Depot
know.
would be
Have
grumpy.
you tried it?
I believe, if I remember
Well,
correctly,
it
Home
wouldn't-
Depot's in town only, and
I would assume so.
That's coming from my friend who's worked at Home Depot for 15 years, and
Yeah, but you guys are from like
remember.
states that don't believe in like crime and punishment. So it's
Well, no,
it's
he
kosher.
lives. He's from Oregon, so it's all hell's broken.
Oh, so it's
loose
even
there.
better. So yeah, there you go. It's kosher.
Yeah.
You're from Colorado. You're fine.
Yeah,
Just put a
it's-
pride
I
flag
did-
on it, you'll be
Oregon's
fine.
worse
Just-
than we. I mean, that'd probably slightly work for at least a little bit. And I'd be like going, "Yes, girlfriend, Jesus."
Put on your
Mm.
Daisy Dukes and do the little
That
knot
is
in your
not a
shirt.
mental
There you
image
image
have
I
go.
those.
wanted.
I don't have those. Also, at the same time, I look better than assless chaps. For,
Yeah, even
for
better when the
leather,
cop
so.
pulls you over. You can just like,
cheek chillers.
there you go. You're like, hello there, sailor. Mm.
The cheek chillers. I've never
Okay,
heard
All
that.
right.
that's a movie reference. That's a Pauly Shore reference from Son-in-Law, where he
I've
where
never
he
seen
wears
that movie.
assless chaps, and he's like, "Look, cheek chillers," and he dances around. And
Neo's like,
I know
Who's
the
Pauly
name. I
Shore?
would not be able to point him out if I had a
Oh,
You
line.
never
to
seen
Lord.
Biodome?
God, these
Oh.
people.
God, you've never seen
I have
Encino
not.
Man?
Oh,
I know
my
Brendan
God.
Fraser's in that one though.
Man.
Get him out. Get him out again.
Hey, what's
Get
up?
him out
BB
of-
Jake is here again. Good
Hey, Jake, how you
evening,
doing?
sir.
What's up,
So,
Jake?
getting back on topic, I still have a couple more 2010 games to mention, so we can wrap it up here.
Oh yeah, we're still doing that.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
thing.
Platinum put out 2 fantastic games in 2010,
Mm-hmm.
being Bayonetta and Vanquish, and they're both great games. And Bayonetta did get a lot of recognition. I don't think Vanquish got as much recognition as it deserved. It's a awesome game. I highly recommend Vanquish. Just Cause 2 came out. My second favorite Just Cause game behind Just Cause 3, but that was later. But Just Cause 2 was also a great game. I know it got a lot of crap, but I still really enjoyed it. Crackdown 2 was in 2010. And yeah, as mentioned earlier, Rock Band 3 was fantastic. My favorite of the Rock Band games. Played a crap load of it.
I hated those games.
And then
I despised them. I worked at a Best Buy at the time. I despised all you fucking people. You're all cockroaches that swarm that thing constantly, and you would take it from children. By the way,
I never did that. I don't know what you're.
I didn't say you guys did.
No. And then I
said you people. It was a generalization, kind of like
what do you mean you people?
Kind of like
what
we
by
read
you
people.
Hey, there we go. Carl
What do
got
you
a
mean?
reference.
What do you mean you people?
That we all recognized.
Hey, Neil. Have you ever seen the movie?
Yes, but I vaguely remember it because I was very young when I saw it.
Is that the one with the like?
What's the biggest star?
Explain it. I'm trying to remember.
It's an animated movie. It's
what
just
I know
about,
it's an anime one.
Forest.
but I can't
What was
remember.
the biggest? What was the
there
biggest
like
star
a
in that
bat,
movie?
like a cracked
Yeah,
out bat looking guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was the biggest star in the movie.
Shore's voice.
It's Robin
I don't remember
Williams,
the movie.
dude.
I saw it when I was probably
Williams?
like 5. I don't know who Robin Williams was.
I mean, come on, man. Like, Batty got experimented on. He had like a radio antenna. And he'd be like, "Price check on prune juice, Bob. Price check on prune juice."
Was that a Don Bluth movie, right? Or
Tim Curry was also in it too.
wait, there's a
Tim Curry was in it, yeah.
So, and one last one I want to
like, I don't
mention
care.
that was a great game from 2010 and oft forgot. Disney published racing game Split Second was an awesome racing game. So shout out to Split Second.
Yeah.
Actually, can I say too, since you're speaking of racing games, and I totally forgot about this one, Mod Nation Racers.
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about that one.
Love it. I think it's basically think Mario Kart, except you can customize your character, your entire cart and setup, and you can make your own tracks. And you share them with people. And I actually liked it better than the Mario Kart games. But if you can find that on the PC, like a way to, it's awesome. I absolutely love it, especially because you can sit there and make your own racetracks, which is super cool. It's kind of like the Little Big Planet thing. They wanted, play, create, share idea where and I played on so many fun tracks that people were making. It was awesome. Love that game. In fact, still own my physical copy of it because I love playing it.
Okay. Was that 2010 or did it just remind you of that game?
2010.
Okay.
It came out that year. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, good shout out to Mod Nation Racers. So, and while I was talking about Bayonetta, Lois says the Bayonetta soundtrack is absolute fire. I went back and revisited the OST recently and wish I had done that sooner.
Yeah, it is.
I've never listened to the OST, but I remember the music in the game being pretty good. What was that, Carl?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I just replayed it recently.
So, but yeah, so those are there were a lot of great games in 2010. I did not realize how much of a banger that year was for.
Yeah.
And we still didn't really even touch on that. We probably got maybe like a quarter of these really great games. Like there was still a bunch of indie and arcade games and stuff like that that we didn't even touch on. Yeah, it was a great year. That was a fantastic year for games.
Yeah, I'm happy I got Just Cause 2 this past weekend for like $6. That made me happy.
It made me remember why I didn't have a lot of money that year.
But all right, well, that will wrap it up for tonight's episode of Party Chat. So, John, thank you for joining us. It was great having you, chatting with you again because it has been a while.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you so much everyone for being patient with me and getting up and taking care of my kids. And I know it's not easy when somebody's getting up and leaving, and I really appreciate your patience and thank you all so much for having me here, and it's always an honor to hang out with you.
No worries. It was great.
No, they brought a cuteness to the stream, man. Like that's always welcome. Families is the most important thing. So, and also at the same time, Who wants to hear Neo talk about how
Oh, look at that! You cut out. How perfect,
Time.
because
Yeah,
Perfect Dark is better than GoldenEye.
for like the 1,000th time? Excuse me.
You cut out right as you said that, so it was perfect
Ah.
timing.
I am cutting
mean,
out.
we could have just let them sit on my camera, and we could have all just walked away on a private phone call, and you probably would have had one of the best streams you've had in a long time. Or you know what I mean? They're just the cuteness factor. I'm very, very blessed that they didn't get the looks from me. That's for damn sure. So
They're very cute. So, what do you got going on? What do you want to mention? And I'm even though the link to everyone's channels is in the stream description, I'll be dropping it here in chat. So go give John a sub. What do you got going on? What do you want people to know what you do?
yeah, I'm the host of the Late Show with Sophomore John. My main show is on Rumble, and that's the Analog Vinyl Hour, where I play vinyl records from beginning to end. But we don't do just that. I also give you the history. We talk about stories behind the music. We listen to records the way that God and the band intended, side A to side B, and have a lot of fun. And then I do video game streams as well in between. You can find me there on Rumble as well as Twitch and YouTube as well. And that's basically what I do. But if you're big fans of like music, we talk a lot of music. We don't talk about politics. That's the nice thing about the community that I've been able to build is I want it to be like Cheers, where you come, you hang out, everybody knows who you are, and
Where everybody knows
everybody knows your name, and
I feel like Paul's a part of a show that's similar to that.
yeah.
Neil was on recently.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Bell's a pub.
Well, yeah, because they have like literally Paul made a similar intro. Like
Yeah, he's got Cheers as part of the intro. Yeah.
Yep. And so so it's just it's a place. I like my streams to be a place where you can come relax and get away from all the troubles and stress of life, and can relax. So,
well, I dropped the link again to John's Rumble channel, so go give him a sub over on Rumble. He's a great dude, and it was great having you on. So thank you for joining us tonight. Carl, what do you got going on?
I ain't got.
Did he cut out?
You ain't got no mic. He ain't got no mic. That's what he don't got.
What is going on? My internet was fine the whole time. Then all of a sudden,
we all having troubles.
I guess I don't know. Maybe there's just solar flare.
Carl, your audio back yet?
Or maybe Russia nuked Ukraine, and finally,
you can catch Carl on X talking shit to people,
pissing everybody off.
Yeah.
But
setting the world on fire.
I think what he was going to say before he cut out there is that he doesn't have anything going on his channel. But that is okay. Go give him a sub anyways. We'll give him a chance to hopefully get his tech situated. So while he's doing
his videos have been fantastic lately. I will say that, like what Carl got and stuff like that, I've been enjoying.
Yeah,
I've been enjoying
showing
those.
off his physical collection pickups. Those have been great. Just
I've been trying to. And
there he
works.
is.
There
You're back.
Welcome back.
So I have this stupid cable I need to replace for my microphone. It's very fidgety. That's the problem. Now I don't have anything planned right now. We're working on some videos, but nothing seems to be working properly with my computer. Like I said, you're telling me that I got mirrored images, which my wife is not apparently catching when she does editing to point that out to me. Audio's not recording properly on videos. I had literally probably like 10 hours worth of videos recorded, and every time I go back and like listen to them, like it picks up on OBS, but when I go play back, there's no sound. And I'm just like I said, I'm a gypsy, but I feel like I pissed off a different gypsy and now I'm cursed.
Bummer.
It's been just a struggle. So I'm trying to take like the next 3 weeks off. I'm trying to talk to my brother-in-law to sit down and have him come over and kind of, art proof my computer to make it a lot better, because he did this originally, but now it's just like everything that's going on with this OBS is like I look up videos and it's like, well, I did everything and still don't work. So I am a Luddite, as I like to tell people. I'm not really adverse to technology, but I definitely cannot fix out any problems that are beyond the Google video don't make sense. So
yeah, I just noticed that your avatar's mouth is also not moving when you're talking right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no.
because my the audio when I had to reset it just deconnects.
Desynced.
So like it's moving on my one thing, but it's not connecting to the camera.
Okay. Well, it's great to have you back, Carl. You've been busy with real life stuff, so missed a couple episodes of Part Chat. So glad that you're back. And
Yeah, I was on vacation. I was having fun.
yeah, you were having fun in real life, so
Yeah,
good reason to not.
I got to go to Epic Universe. I got to ride
Oh.
the Mario rides.
How was that?
Everything's pretty much fun. You know, like
Awesome.
Epic Universe. They did a really good job with like the format. So every time you go into, say, for example, a different part of the park, you kind of go through a portal, and then it like changes up like the music and sound and that. Like when you want to go into like Super Nintendo world, you kind of just go into like the thing, and it makes like the pipe sound
the warp
effect while
pipe?
you're going up.
Nice.
It's really good. The food all in that park too is amazing. By the way, like everything that we ate in that park, awesome.
How was
Cool.
did they have the Hollywood monsters?
Yo,
classic?
Dark Universe was great.
Was it? Oh, dude,
It was
I'm
awesome.
so
It was
jealous
like
about
walking
that.
through like Frankenstein's town.
I think when I talked to you on Discord, you hadn't gone there yet, so I was like, I really wanted to hear all about that.
Oh, it's
part
awesome.
of-
Yeah,
of
they had the Invisible
park.
Man out there talking to people. They had Igor out there insulting guests.
So jealous.
The only thing I'll say about this merch sucked. Absolutely terrible in that part.
Wow.
Like for if you went to like the proper like Universal Park in Orlando, like they have really good like classic monsters merch. You know, horror movies are like my thing. So I liked it. But like when you go into like the Dark Universe, it really was like very disappointing, to be honest with you.
Lame.
Like none of the shirts were cool. Like they had like more focused on like the chibi stuff, but everything in the Nintendo Land was really good. Like they had a lot of cool shirts and stuff like that. I spent almost $200 on stuff there. I bought a Yoshi Hawaiian shirt.
That's cheap. Dang, I was expecting you to say like 800.
No, that was my wife going to all the Disney parks. I'm not joking.
I know. I believe you. I believe you 100%.
Because the first day we were there, we went to the Halloween party, and
That's cool.
You know, my wife and I, when we got married, we spent our honeymoon in Disney World, and we went to the Halloween party on Halloween, which was fun, and it was really cool. They have a really good parade for the Halloween party, and it's only at the party there. So my wife, she's not into like all of the asset of like horror and stuff like for Halloween. She likes the more cozy, spooky, kind of spooky, you know, like Casper the Friendly Ghost kind of horror.
Right.
So like it's perfect for her, and she always buys like all the merch and stuff like that. Like I said, she spent like $600 like the day there, but I also spent like part of that because she's got a Pandora charm bracelet. And my mom and my sister all have one, and I always buy them a charm every time we go on vacation to add to their little bracelets. And this year was Nightmare Before Christmas, so
Nice.
you know.
Nice. I know how much you love that.
Yeah, well, that's what our wedding was themed. So
yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
All right, and Ryan, what do you got going on?
I have no idea. To be quite frank, I think tomorrow I'm going to be on Noise Pollution's channel because we're going to be continuing the Ryan Roger Athay network because he lives in a country that is full of massive censorship, and you don't get to have wonderful opinions. So he spread out his shows, and we're doing it basically through American creators and launching a bigger network that envelops more people and stuff like that. So yeah, I should be there on Thursday. Probably nothing because I signed up to work overtime because again, life changes on a dime, and probably Friday nothing because of the same reason. So, but I did have a lot of fun playing Top Gun Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to finishing the game. It's been a blast. I'm going to be kind of sad when the game's over because I really like fighter jets, but I have another few games lined up that have fighter jets.
Okay.
So I might continue that going on. It just won't have the Top Gun Maverick package of the F-14A Tomcat from the movie or the original movie because they had both. So anyway, and I'll see if maybe I don't know if Icy wants to play zombies tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering once you beat Ace Combat 7, are you still going to do Top Gun Tuesdays or something else? So
yeah, I think I have one. I have one or two more games lined up. Definitely one. There's the second one that Ariel recommended. It's more of a World War II one, but I would still keep the same name because I mean it's just Top Gun Tuesday rolls off the tongue.
That's a great name.
Yeah,
kind of like Metroidvania Monday.
Yeah, pretty much.
So. All right. Well, great having you on as always, Ryan. And as for myself, the only other thing I've got this week is I will be on Nerdporial's channel on Thursday evening for a Chillporial, and we're going to be talking about Metroid and Time Spinner because he wanted to talk about that game, so he had me play it, and he's playing through it right now. Or maybe not this second, but he's trying to get through it and finish it again before Thursday, so we can chat about it. So, and then I'll be back with regularly scheduled programming next week with Metroidvania Monday, and hopefully I'll be able to finish Other M because did not go great last night. So this is the first time I've replayed Other M since I played it when it was new, and this first time replaying it again, and I'm understanding why so many people hate it. So not great. So I'm hoping to get that done so I can get to another game soon that I actually really want to play. So, but that will be it for tonight. So thank you guys for joining me for another episode of Party Chat. Thank you everyone in chat for hanging out with us and listening to us as we talk about pointless video game stuff. So everyone have a great night, and we will see you all later.
Good night.
And as always, in the meantime, game on.
Let's go, Waka Takakage, get Ozeki.